It's that time again. Already May's flying by. One hand, Maul's over. So, the quicker May goes, respectfully to May, the quicker May goes, the quicker we get to Mando. But come on. 5th of May already. Happy Revenge of the 5th? It can't be Return of the 5th. There's a few in there for the 5th. Hello there, chat. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, nice to see a few of you popping up in chat. Hello there. Hello there. Yes, chat does stay. I mean, I wonder if everyone can see this. Don't forget to switch your chat from top chat to live chat as well, so that you don't miss out. Where? Here we go. Today we'll be taking a look at as many make and takes as we can. Hello there. Hello there, Ninjago fan. Hello there, Moonshoes. Hello there, Tinks. Always there. Always watching. We can talk about some new sets as well whilst we're doing it. We don't have to speak just about these new builds. But before I do anything, 20 days till your birthday. That's an advent calendar right there. Shame the Star Wars one's not out already. Wait, that's a good idea. Hold on. Advent calendars for birthdays. We do them for Christmas. If it was up to me, we'd do an advent calendar every month. That's all we'd be doing. Hello there. Welcome back to day 4,932 of our own Lego Star Wars advent calendar. Today, we will be remembering to put the one make and take we went out and picked up in the thumbnail. We have every other one in the thumbnail, do we not? The main 5. Actually, there's also 4 secret make and takes in the Lego store. I don't know if anyone saw that. I included them in the... oh, no, I didn't. Oh, I forgot to include them in the video. Oh, no, the secret make and takes. There were 4. 4 little make and takes. Yeah, I didn't even include in the video. In the thumbnail, we got the Bantha, that's the Entertainers make and take. The N1's a Lego store. The Speeder was W.H. Smith. I'm not saying the other name. I just can't. I can't remember it. Technically Toys R Us, and then the Mando and Grogu was Barnes & Noble over in America. We didn't get that one in the UK, I don't think. I always get some big ones in Barnes & Noble. I think it's a bookstore. Any Americans know what Barnes & Noble is? Please enlighten us. Yes, so I have on the desk, hopefully we can get up the instructions as well. I also realized we never went over the little StarWars.com. They did the little news article thing with behind the scenes for the last 2 episodes. I have read it. I read it this morning. It's all right. There's a few really good things. I'll have to include those in the next Maul video, because there's a few good things about it. Nothing too impressive compared to the other episodes though. So we're not really missing out on much. A few little behind the scenes and things that they changed mostly. It's very much like the first episode. We got 20 facts on Janix when they were setting the scene. And then every episode after we got like 8, 9, 10, 11 facts on different behind the scene bits with the voices, some fun facts that weren't too obvious that we missed out on for the most part. We got the names of Scorn. We knew Icarus already. And final episode was very much, oh, Vader did this, Vader did that, Vader did this, which front and center, kind of makes sense that they were doing it. Hello there, can't wait for season 2 to release. That finale, oh, that was so good. That was incredible. Yes, I will. We spoke about it a bit yesterday, so I'll try not to spoil too much. Vader's in the trailer. Vader's posters come out. We can say that Vader was in it. Also, like, what, 5 episodes ago, they mentioned Vader. So we already had a sneaky suspicion. But whilst we're chatting, let's get some of these built. I've got the Razor Crest and I've got parts for the Speeder. Everything else, I'll just be fetching the parts as we need. I don't have a specific location for the instructions. I don't think Lego, maybe the Razor Crest they have instructions for. The Land Speeder, definitely not. We could use images. We could just search. First off, the Razor Crest should have instructions inside. Lego speeder make and take. I don't think we've seen Luke's as a make and take yet. That would be a nuts make and take. The Mandalorian speeder. It is a Mandalorian speeder as well. We don't want the reveal. We want instructions. That's why. I didn't put instructions up. Oh, yep. Let's get rid of you. Google's AI has been slipping up recently. We want... No, none of those. Sunset speeder. Oh. I wasn't expecting that. Barnes & Nobles is a bookstore. Thank you, Moonshoes. God, so it's had some really good make and takes. I'm keeping my eye on. Maybe if I ever cross the pond, Barnes & Nobles will be it. Lego May 4th speeder. Oh no, that one's not May 4th. There's the Barnes & Noble. All right, I'll have a little look, see if I can get the speeder instructions up. If not, we can use the image. I've got, again, all the parts for that one. It's mainly the parts list for the other instructions. I tell you what I haven't had a look at. Make and take instructions. There we go. Hello there. Hello there. As you can see, channel members, I don't know if we've got any in chat. The tiles have started to arrive. What did I say yesterday? 20? 21? No, that must have been before the gifted. So that's like 11 now. Instructions, we got a few of them, mostly the lightsaber. Was the lightsaber a popular build? Perhaps. Perhaps it was. Also, am I able to copy the link to my own images and show that on Google? Is that something that I can do? Or is that... I'd have to locate them, wouldn't I? All right. Here they are. Can I right-click copy link? Copy as path? Possibly. What would have been smart is if I uploaded these onto... Or if I posted these. Wait. If I post these to YouTube, I can then bring them up. All right, I'll share them. 2 ads in a row. Ouch. That one's bound to hurt. In terms of these make and takes, I think there's something I want to do to all of them. Oh, I could show off the bantha. Where'd I put that? I have modified this bantha, browned it off, put it in the sun to bake a little bit, and added a dark tan back and the towel. I added a segment in the towel. Yeah, let's get into this whilst I get the instructions up. The bantha, right? The original towel was just this little section. Little ball joint in the back, which isn't bad. It's not bad, but it's not great. If you've seen a bantha, they have this really long fluffy towel that drags behind them. And I made this little segment for the middle, which is kind of inspired. I used the slope because the slope, I tried to flip it at first and get one of those slopes, and that made the top hard to do. But I used the slope that the microfighter uses on the top, and this angles it down so this slope should be fairly flat on the ground. And then you've got the towel pulling away. Oh no, wait, the slope is flat on the bantha's bum, not the ground. So it's unlike that. And then that allows for the original towel just to be connected on the back. And if you don't realize how long bantha towels are, this might look a little weird. That's why Lego have kept it short. Because having a towel that's this freaking long does not look right. But even to scale with this bantha build, it's pretty accurate to what you see on the sea. And the Tuscan with a cape. Have to have a cape. I would recommend ordering a custom cape just so you can get capes for your Tuscans. They look so much better. Same with Jawas as well. Jawas look so much better with a cape. It needs to be done. Here's the instructions for the land speeder. Oh, and the parts list. No, just the instructions. Thank you. And this is from JediNews.com. Fitting for May 4th. I think we start off probably with the Razor Crest. And I'll get the instructions online so that I can point out little bits. Otherwise, they're going to take up the entire desk. Here we go. we'll crack this one open. This is Smith's Make and Take. We went there, picked it up alongside the hat. Might as well put that back on as we're here. With any and all Star Wars purchases, and it's still running at Smith's if you're in the UK, while stocks last, so some stores might have sold out, but you also might be lucky to grab one of the last couple of hats. You never know. Who is my favourite Star Wars character? Still Ahsoka. Especially with the Fortnite skin. It's like reignited that passion for Clone Wars with Ahsoka, with Anakin. No capes or material pieces, so the only thing we can cut through is the instructions. Still, let's try not to. I don't know why I keep opening these upside down. I never use the poly bag for it. Like, I don't even use it in the videos. I don't show this off. It's just like the polite way, because the perforation sucks on the top of these poly bags, that perforated edge is not going to tear clean. I'd rather hide the tear underneath and open it this way. Also, because it's open at the bottom, you just sort of duck mouth it, have it beat, and all the parts slide out. And then if you're worried about any parts remaining, just brush your hand through, and there you go. Nice and empty. And then we'll fill it with the next build as well. Hello there. Good morning, Snow Blizzard. There we go. I knew we had a member in chat somewhere. Just a matter of when, not where. Yeah, it'll probably be easier. How big are the paper instructions for this? Because these seem... Oh, they're not that bad. I thought they were going to be twice the size. You see what I mean? Like, that's going to cover the entire desk. And then trying to work around that. That's just going to make it difficult. I think it would be cool to turn this into a microfighter. That would be a nice little side build. Because we have got a microfighter N1. Do we want to rotate it? Yeah, probably. And then zoom in. Because with Lego instructions, it doesn't matter which way you have them around. This, I suppose, is the right way up. As long as you're reading right to left. Okay, this might not be the right way around. It's either right to left or top to bottom to top. No matter which way you have it round, this really isn't the right way. Ooh, power miner slopes. I've seen this been built twice now. Family picked this up early on. Argos, I think, started their May promotion the 25th, the day before the new sets came out. And oh, okay. I feel like we're missing a step there. Yeah, and someone picked that up. And then we got this at Smith's. And yesterday for May 4th, Tinks did put hers together. And it's featured in tomorrow's video, I think. Might be the day after. Keep an eye out for that. You can't miss it. Where's the other slope? There it is. Hello there. I said hello, Mark. Don't worry, I didn't miss ya. Oh, a bar element. I wonder if that's got to be how the cockpit stays on, because that's the only bit that I hadn't seen. Which doesn't... Oh, wait, because we've got the domes on the front and the back. There's a pin that goes in between. No, axle. This red axle, that's the one. Brother and cousin arguing. Perhaps it's over which Lego set to build. It's a tricky one now. We've thankfully already got Vader. Oh, Vader's lightsaber. A little sneak peek for a future vid. Vader's built. We've accidentally built so many Dune sets. I had no idea that we were getting... I think actually Vader's bust I knew about, but I didn't know about the Big Fig Vader. I also didn't know about the Mando set that we've ended up getting as well. I didn't know about so many of the sets. We've built, it's the Hut droid. We've built that already. And now we've also built Vader. This doesn't class as the Razor Crest, otherwise I could throw that in too. The Lander Shuttle. We built the UCS Death Star. Does that count? Neither like Lego. Oh, that explains why they're arguing. This is a skill. I mean, I like the way it looks. It's looking at me on the side. And then this is both sides, isn't it? Yeah. If you wanted to build the old Razor Crest, you could swap out the yellow on the cockpit with black, grey at the front, and they could have included these as bonus pieces. For all the spare parts Lego include, it surprises me they don't include any recolors or any of those sort of bonus parts. It's always nice leading up to your birthday. Waiting, the suspense, not knowing what you've got, seeing friends, family, and then being able to claim your freebies, which I didn't do this year. I didn't, well, did I? No, I don't think I, no, wait, I think I did. I might have got one of them. But I hadn't signed up to like half of them. I don't know if everyone's aware of that. Freebies you can get for your birthday. Keep an eye out. Some stores give you a free cake or give you a free... Lego used to do a free figure. Now they do birthday stamps in the UK. Some places internationally still do the free birthday figure. They stopped it in the UK ages ago. Either that or the store members are swindling all our free figures. But they probably stopped it. Never got round to asking that. Ooh. Oh, sleek. I actually really like the shape of this on the back. And then the slopes at the front as well. Ooh, I am so excited for the Mando and Grogu movie. Oh, your birthday's just after the Mando and Grogu movie. The next week might be one of the best days to see it that Monday because you won't have the rush of the weekend. Don't know why the weekend's so excited to see this new movie. Didn't know they were into Star Wars. Oh, that was a bad one. This is the yellow cockpit. How big? We need to get an image up of the Razor Crest. I think it's one word. Hey-oh. No, I'm pretty sure it's probably two words. Wow. Okay, we want this one, but that's the Lego model. We want an actual model, still a Lego. I don't want a mock, I don't want a custom. I want the Razor Crest. That's not the new one, is it? 2026. Again, not the Lego model. I don't want to see the Lego model. That's more accurate than the Lego model, at least. So we've got yellow, a little bit of black. Missing. Fair enough, it's tiny. And then like a triple whammy of black. So we've got the slopes. I think the double plates is off-putting. I think the double plate's off-putting because you've got this like chunk here. And then you've got... I'd say this is the slope. And then you've got yellow, black, yellow, yellow, black slope. So we could work our magic. Yellow, yellow, black. Oh, we've got an extra plate here as well. That's even worse. They haven't done that. Definitely a slope, maybe a slope and a yellow. And then black, yellow. But what we can do is separate this brick into 3 yellow plates, if I've got them. Big if. And if you've got them at home, you can do this too. Got like 5 Lego Star Wars sets with the double points. Nice. Now's the time if you're buying. Pick them up, get your bonus points and spend them later. That's 10% off. So with Star Wars, how expensive those sets are, that's quite a bit of Lego you can get yourself with that. 10% goes a long way. And then we want black and yellow. They have double black and yellow, but we've included an extra one there. Yeah, that'll add up. That'll do. And blue clips. Surprised they're not pink, but I don't know if pink exists. Axle still goes through all the way in and holds the plates on the back. Yeah, pretty good. You could also use a bar in there and use jumpers if you want a cleaner look on the outside. I'm not too fussed, but for a Lego polybag, that would have almost looked too good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, would have had to use 4 jumpers in the middle. Yeah, 4 jumpers is the one. Is the way. And then, oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like this better than the, no offense to Lego. It's a very nitpicking difference we've made from the brick. But for the Razor Crest, this looks more accurate. There you go. There's the colours. On the cockpit, having the black, yellow stripe would have been nice. And then having the little black stripes, maybe even moving this second black stripe forward one would look better. Let's give that a go. And we could have swapped around the way this plate is. All right. Yep. We'll do that. Back on, blue plates in, and then that's yellow there and black there. That will separate it. And then, how's that look? That looks like a bee. We've created a bee. We've created a little stripy bee in there. It reminds me of, there was this toy that was this plastic tube with a metal ball inside, and they'd like slinky down. Never had any of the frames or that for them. It was like a Hot Wheels parking garage, but then they'd slinky down it. And I had a load of them though. And that's what it reminds me of, is that sort of shape. Which you could build them out of Lego now. Get a sticker across that. And you've got it. So for the side, yeah, the weapon. Wait a second. The weapon's at the top. The weapon is at the top, and have they put this round backwards? We're gonna have to check the other model that Lego have come out with. I'd also say, because we've got that bit of yellow at the bottom, again, few modifications we're making here. I would move this angled slope around, so then you've got the door in the middle. Perhaps even a little grill or something in there would be great. Yeah, because the Lego one have just got the yellow going up. They've got no yellow coming down. We need to get a shot from the trailer. We need to get a shot from the trailer of the Razor Crest Star Wars trailer. It's got to be the latest one. Yeah, it's here. It's here. Come on, show us. Not the child, the Razor Crest. Oh, wow. I don't even think I've seen this trailer. What? U-wing up there. That's definitely a cruiser off in the distance. Where's that Razor Crest? Oh, Delphi base looks so good. All right, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. We've got, see these stripes come up, all the way up, over the top, and down the other side of the door. We have this little yellow bit here, and I see what they're doing with the stripes going up, but I don't like it. I don't like it. Also, I mean, you should really get like a half circle there. The line goes all the way up at the front. Maybe what we need to do is turn it around like that. Maybe that's what we need to do, because that puts it almost in front of this wing section. I think that's better, because then we've got that general yellow just flying up, little gap, and then up. We've kind of ignored the door, but then Lego ignored the door on the original set. I think the only thing you've gotten from Lego directly is pick a brick. Still, actually, it doesn't get you gift with purchases anymore. Might do sometimes. Almost gets you gift with purchases, which is almost good enough. And then what's this slope on the front? What is this? Because I assume the slope they've built out is for the blaster, isn't it? That's what this is. So do we add the slope? Add the slope like that? Or no, we can't get that on top. We could get a door in here. Well. Yeah, I think this works good enough as the blaster. I need to see the previous polybag to know what Lego were thinking, because surely they've gone off the previous Lego Razor Crest polybag. Razor space. Don't forget the space. Polybag. Or Microfighter. They're similar scale. Let's see, they've got it right with this one. Is the Microfighter here? Or not bad model. I guess I've put polybag, haven't I? So of course the Microfighter is not going to be here. But didn't mean to open that. Oops. But this is, I forget I can open the link. This is the previous polybag. Very similar with how they've sloped off the front and even got that same shape at the back. But the blaster's up top with snot bricks, which is where it should be. They've even yellowed this one out. They've used yellow for the old Razor Crest. Dark tan is probably a harder color to come across. And then I didn't save the image from before, or did I? Oh, it was YouTube, yeah. So we've got the color coming down. I don't want to get too many new parts involved here. But what we might have to do, oh, we could swap these around, yeah. So that could be a door. Perhaps this is all that's necessary. That's all that's needed. Get a little dark grey. I don't think dark grey works there. Dark grey could work there. And then, hey, use the slope. And then we've got our 2 yellow lines. Wait, that works. That works so well. Yeah, I think that's good. And then maybe the jumper back here. Yeah, I don't know about the whole slope sitch. Don't know what they were getting at. Don't know what they were doing with it. I think we're going to keep the side like that. Leave the grey exposed and that will come in for the middle. Speaking of, let's see. Bought a few polybags from Lego certified stores. Any cheaper? Still 3 odd quid. There's a load of places that do deals on polybags that are either flat up reductions or selling them like 3 for a tenner. So they must be getting pretty good deals on Lego polybags to sell them. I mean, it's not too good a deal, is it? But they are cheap polybags and they're on sale. £3.50. So you get 50p off if you order 3. Someone do the math on that. 50 divided by 3 is almost 17 pence. 17 over £3.50 is like something. It's not massive. It's about, wait, don't that work out to be like 5% off? That's the same as Insider Point. But for £3.50, that's good. Because you can't buy a lot of these through Lego. They're not available. They never are. They're only available as gift with purchases, which makes this no longer worth £3.50. What was Lego's threshold? Because it's like £45. Join the playful side. What about the deals? Is that what it is? Yeah. 1 day to go. And the polybag was available £35 to get this through Lego, which is a lot of money. It is a lot of money to spend for a polybag, but it's also a small set and not that hard to come with. Look, the point is you're spending this money to then get the polybag. What was it? Bag 3. Oh, we went with bag 4 last time. So £35. No, we went with page 5. £35. These don't meet. They're $34.99. Lego is not a site that rounds up. So ATRT, Ahsoka's Interceptor, which is cheaper elsewhere. I mean, all of these are going to be cheaper elsewhere. This is like 15 quid in Sainsbury's. If you can find it, which I can't. Not in a Sainsbury's that runs it. Pre-orders sometimes qualify as well. But you're looking at like new sets. If you're buying new sets without a sale, you'll be able to get it. Otherwise, you're still paying like £10 plus just for the one poly bag. In terms of sale price, what you can get elsewhere, you are paying that. I was wondering where these jumpers were going to come in. Step 13, lucky step 13, always 13. Make sure they've straightened out. Don't want to lose those. And then the engines. What parts? Do we need all these? Or have we got some parts left over that can be used to modify the sides? Yeah. Would it be bad if you didn't see someone on their birthday? Out of context, I'd say no. Hot take. I'm not even going to explain myself. I'm just going to say no. We would forgive you. Haven't ordered from Lego in years. I was thinking about the last set. Now, yesterday off stream, I did build a set. Sat down with Tinks, built a nice Lego set. Had to be done. Haven't built 3PO yet. I'm saving that one for Eurovision. I need something to get me through this year. Oh, 3PO is going to be scarred. But yeah, I did sit down and build a Lego set. So my answer to when's the last time I built a Lego set is currently about 20, maybe about 20 hours ago. It was a late build. And before that, I still can't remember when for Star Wars. Well, I guess now this is technically building a set. Even if we're modifying it as we go, I still class that as building a set. Although yesterday I didn't modify the set, which that is the first time in a while. But that's because I have plans to build it into something else instead. 3 spare parts, which is not usually enough to add anywhere. Although, if you get all 3 spare parts, which you're not guaranteed in a Lego set, these are spare parts for a reason. Sometimes you don't end up with them. We get a double pin in black, this element here. We also get a 1 pin and 1 stud connector and a frying pan stud. Don't know if we're going to be able to use that, but we can use these other 2, and that is to swap the pin in the engine. So pop out one of these pins. I have a few of these pins laying around, so I'm just going to, go back here, grab another one and call that a day. But if you don't have parts laying around, pop this pin out, whack this pin, either way works. You can go stud in to make the connection look the same, and it keeps the pin in the body of the ship. Actually, no, you can't go stud first. You have to connect the pin side first, or the stud side not all the way. Otherwise, that's technically an illegal technique. Got to be very careful when connecting those pins. And then connect the engine back on. I don't know why it's such a fragile model. These engines are popping off. The jumpers are popping off. Hopefully the bigger Razor Crest is a bit more secure. Probably the way I'm handling it does not help. But then you get 2 of these black pins. You can add them to the front of the ship. You can use them like turrets. They're meant to come out past the front of the ship, which without them, the blasters don't. The frying pan studs are just shorter than level with the ship. So these pins technically increase the accuracy, just like we did moving them up. Technically, the accuracy of this poly bag is important, and then you get an extra stud, an extra piece anywhere we can. You could probably hide this in the cockpit somewhere, but that is the first build, and I have to say, I think our one does look a little bit better. Maybe you can attach this as like an under turret somewhere. There's a third turret in the Razor Crest. This is our modified Razor Crest. It's got a tongue. It's got a third cannon sticking out the bottom. That is a modification I'd make to it. All right. We don't need those pieces. What do we think of the Razor Crest? Looking pretty good. Oh, I'm excited to see the Razor Crest again because it's got to have an importance. Mando's got to have this moment. Han and Chewie in Force Awakens, the Chewie we're home scene. Mando's got to have that moment. And I tell you what, Grogu as well. That ball is not staying in the cockpit for long. That's gone. Grogu's having that, taking that with it. Would it be bad to go? No, I don't think so. Nice one. Thank you very much. You enjoyed the Shadow Lord ship. Thank you very much for the recommendation. What was the thumbnail for that? Was that the... Oh, that one. I see. The darkness of my hair blending in. So the next build, what do we go with? I think because we've got the parts for the speeder hidden inside the poly bag, I think we'll build the speeder next. And then we've got Mando and Grogu. I could have a poll for the next one. Let me set that up. We've got Mando and Grogu. We've got... Which should I build next? So we need 3 options. Thank you. Mando and Grogu. The N1. What am I missing? Oh, we've already done the Bantha. Was that included? And then we've got the secret Lego make and takes. I don't think I'm putting them up as an option. I think I'm leaving those till last. We got the Razor Crest. We got the Bantha. Oh, it's just the 2 of them. Mando and Grogu or the N1 Starfighter. There we go. Poll has been started. Let me know in chat which one you'd like to see first. I wouldn't say best. N1 Starfighter took the lead out of the gate. Damn. Love the respect for the N1 Starfighter. Am I planning to get any of the Series 29 CMF? I've already got a few, and we had a very fun stream on Saturday. So if you'd like to see which figures, complete surprise. I am still planning on getting some more because I want the Lloyd Ronin figure. And I will say that one figure we didn't get. We didn't get out of our first few, so we're going to be opening some more of those. But yes, that was fun. We opened 3 random CMFs, and I had an hour to build a build for each of them. And yeah, if not, stick around. We'll be looking at those in videos. Here are the instructions for the speeder. They have been uploaded to JediNews.com. So thanks for making these available. Lego should have these available online. Ah, that's handy having a closer scan of this. But I don't see why they couldn't just zoom in on that. It's eligible. It's just very difficult to read at this. Surely they've just zoomed in, no? That looks so low quality compared to this one. Maybe that's been taken from another scan. Someone else got that. And it's one of these that go down and back up. Leave the Razor Crest Bumblebee over there. Another vote for the N1 Starfighter. They looking to be the likely one. That's the official one. So you'd expect Lego to have the instructions of that uploaded. Otherwise, you know, if Lego don't put the instructions up, who's going to have the instructions? Oh, yes. Yes. We'll sneak that in there. This is the speeder from the opening, the pilot episode of The Mandalorian. So we are getting content from early Mando days, maybe not in the way that some of us would like, but we are getting content from early Mando days in the way of the pilot speeder. No minifigure with this, which I don't think it's too hard to put together a fig. We could have got a nice brown jacket to go with it. That would have looked really nice, especially for peeps that haven't picked up a Hoth Han, that haven't picked up many Hoth minifigures. There's a few that they could do with it. Oh, I see the problem I've made here. We're going to need that yellow brick from the Mandalorian N1. That worked out perfectly. Yes, the 2x3 can't fit with the rounded bricks, which I've changed from the cornered ones because they have rounded off slopes on top. So we'll hide that behind a 1x2. No one needs to know. But I love the design on the side. This would have been nice, a little bigger, because it's not far off minifigure scale. It's very, very close to fig scale. In fact, it might almost be the length of fig scale. Let me get... We've got a few speeders that we can compare it to. We've got Luke's, we've got the Death Watch speeder. They're all relatively the same size. There we are. Luke speeder, slightly longer. Death Watch speeder, quite a bit longer. So if we're increasing the width to 6 to match up with these speeders, first off, could we get 3 figures? We had 2 studs on the inside, so it's a 4. Actually, we build this out similar to the Mithril speeder. We build it out like that, then we could definitely double this gap. We're increasing the size by half, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's an extra 5 studs deep. I think 1 stud goes to the front, 1 stud goes to the back, and then 3 studs go to the middle. That way we get the double chair. We get a little spot maybe to walk in, can get a door on the side. That sounds like a plan. Oh, that's the wrong clip. If you don't have any of these bricks with clips, count yourself lucky that you don't have to get rid of them because they're taking up an entire drawer in here. But you can use a single 1x1 plate and a 1x1 clip followed by another 1x1 plate, and it does the same thing. In most situations, you don't need the brick, you just need the clip. Marok got the Mace Windu treatment. He did. I forgot about that. He just got he got yeeted off the cliff, and we know, well, I'm led to believe that he survives because Marok's in Ahsoka. That's what I was wondering with the crow. When we see the crow, because we know Ahsoka faces up to them, but we don't know exactly when the last moment of the... I don't think we know when the last moment of the crow is. We just know that Ahsoka defeats him. So I guess canonically that'd be at the end of their storyline, and we're somewhere here. So they've all got some level of plot armor, which is sneaky of Star Wars to have done. Oh no, we can see the yellow brick in the middle. Ah, alright, gonna have to rethink that one then. Oh, I know what we can do. We can use a plate instead, just like we did for the other set, the Razor Crest. I'll keep the yellow out. Could get a pink in here, or a black to match the colour. And then, once we've filled this up, I suppose in the actual bigger version, if we get round to making one, we could throw a little storage section in here, or add a hidden reference to something that might not be too obvious to those that haven't seen the show. We don't see this speeder too much. The speeder's job is to carry Mando and the Mithril, who is at the time in Mando's care, not the Mithril's care. What's Amisa saying? And then, oh yeah, that'll work. to the Razor Crest. Pairs up really nice with that Make and Take. Don't know if that was done on purpose because the N1 and the Bantha don't work as well. Maybe the Bantha for... So this is season 1. The Bantha is season 2. Season 3 is the N1. Season 4, right? Season 4, well no, the movie, not season 4. Season movie is the Razor Crest. And then Mando and Grogu is just Mando and Grogu. It's maybe from their cameo elsewhere in Book of Boba or one of the other spin-off shows. Mad to call them spin-off shows. Boba's been around a lot longer. But it is. They all spun off from Mando. Even the existing characters. Oh yeah, don't need you then. What was back there? Wait. Oh, we're going down. I keep cutting across. Confusing. And now we can go back up. Yes. Force users don't have any reaction to fall damage. No, I think this is leaning closer towards Windu's return. The fact that Marok just gets thrown off and then, well, Marok survives, we see him elsewhere. Goes to show that, well, they don't take full damage. They do have some sort of invincibility, or they can secretly fly. And Star Wars has been holding that back for us. You know that one clip of Vader just levitating that turns into a Force jump? Maybe they can fly. That's what we'll be seeing next. Soaring, flying. Swooshing around, lightsaber fights in the sky. I would be there for that. That does sound fun. We don't have too many of these snot bricks in black, so we're going to have to touch them up with a little bit of paint. If you don't like your Lego being painted, this is your warning. Look away now. Once down this dark path you go, forever will it haunt your nightmares. Need a Marok minifigure from a shuttle ASAP, a recolor as well. Not just the one from Ahsoka. This is from the mech. You can check out the full figure in that video. I've actually improved the figure since, but a black recolor of that Marok minifigure is needed. In Ahsoka we get the silver one. Now Marok's all black. Perfect chance to re-release a rare piece. When does Lego get the chance to do that? Usually Star Wars kills off those characters and they don't get the opportunity to. But not today, not today. They have a chance. Do you think we'll get anything? Out of curiosity, hands in chat, how many people think we'll get anything on Maul Shadow Lord? Or do you think they're just... I think they're going to skip it over. I think the Maul mech was a poor chance to do that. It came out too early. You can't say that was for Maul Shadow Lord, because it was on clearance. I mean, when did it come out? In the UK, sets retire about 6 months after they're out. And I think that came out last June. So by Christmas, that was impossible to find in store pretty much anywhere. You couldn't find that here in the UK. Not in any of the big toy stores. Technically, they've already killed off Marok. Maybe that's why. Maul's technically been killed off. We've got the same with Marok. We got the same with the Crow. We got the same with like Rookcast. Is anyone surviving? Maybe the Lawson kid? Maybe the Lawson kid survives. Everyone else, it's not looking good. I'll be honest, even the Jedi, even Devon, not looking good for them. So maybe that's why we haven't got any more sets, because everyone's bloody dead. No one lives. No one survives. Oh, I could use the man, or do I use a black bar so I don't accidentally color a grey piece black? Yeah, and then we can get a bit more length on it as well. Oh, I might need 4 of them to save pulling it out of each one. Or wait, they're on the black pieces anyway. Why don't I hold these and then paint it on them? I'd have to deconstruct the set a little bit, but surely that's worth it. It saves me painting other Lego bricks that I don't intend to. Not really black anymore, more like dark grey. I think we have a poster of Marok. Let me show you the article that I was talking about earlier. Just for those of you that don't know, Star Wars news slash news slash Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord trivia, all dashes in between those words. And do we see the poster? We might not. We might not see the poster here, so it doesn't really help. Yeah, definitely darker. I mean, Marok was dark grey in Ahsoka, wouldn't you say? So I could be down with that. Between dark grey and black, this is, you know what colour this is? This is the colour that Lego have used for the stickers on the Vader upscaled figure. This is that colour. Too light to be black, too dark to be dark grey. It's like a mix. Yeah, it's a very dark show and it's animated, so they've got more colours to play with. Lego just need to erase the rust marks. The minifigure is, yes, very rusted, very dirty. Where are we? There we go. Like the last tab I had open. All right, dark red for the cones. I've made sure these are pieces I have ample of. If a colour is not as easy to get, I tend to now stick to ordering a common colour. A colour that is so easy to get and then painting them up, because it's easier than having to deal with like imports or multiple shipping orders and waiting for those to all arrive. Oh yeah, I could just, let's get a little bit out first. That'll be plenty. It's a lot easier than trying to get your hands on rare parts, and then I use a rare part in a stress test, break it, snap it in half, and I've got to do the process all over again. If you do sit through that, that is crazy. You're not, but the process is. I can understand. Hopefully Lonnie, thank you, that's the one. Makes it out alive. Wait, Lonnie? Is her name Lonnie? Because I remember we got it wrong first time. But is that what we got it is? Now I have trust issues with the name. What's the name? It's not Lonnie, is it? It's Riley. There you go. I kept saying Lonnie. I've convinced everyone it's Lonnie. Don't worry about that. But it's Riley. I remember seeing that for the video. Where did Lonnie come from? Janik's Escape Squad got Rogue One treatment. He did with Vader. I think everyone gets the Rogue One treatment. Everyone has to bump into Vader at some point, and very few survive, which is why. Has anyone played the Jedi games in chat? Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor. I'm not going to spoil it. Definitely worth playing through it. But if you've seen the trailer to the first one, at some point Vader shows up, and whatever contact Vader has with Cal, like, surely he's not making it out of that. Surely the fact that Vader knows Cal is alive is like a death note. that's signing his death, and he's not coming back from that. Surely. Once I mean, we kind of got that with Kenobi as well, and Palpatine was like, just leave him. And Vader was, and Vader just left him to the events of A New Hope. Might as well get an extra bit of black. I should wait for it to dry. But so we can put this back on the speeder, I am going to start piecing these together, which is why I'm trying not to paint the top and bottom as much as I can. But there we go. There we go. Let's not say that again. with these touch-ups, we have the black snot brick, and it's as if we just purchased it and waited for it to arrive. Whilst we're here, we should really be painting a lot of them. Let me grab... Oh, I've still got this tower of bricks that I can attach it to. Let that dry a little bit before we start painting the next one. And we've got to make sure the engines are going the opposite way. Otherwise, they're all spinning around in this speeder. Even Darth Vader gets killed 20 years later. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Gets killed. Gets killed. What really killed him? I think he just, you know, Padme'd. He lost the will to live. He didn't want to live with the hatred. So he ended up just Padme'ing himself. But also, I'm sure the lightning in a suit that is very vulnerable to lightning didn't help. That didn't do him any good. I think we can paint around this one. It's just this top that needs a little bit extra. Just add the black cape from the orange female Mandalorian tribe warrior. And then if you can get the orange marks off onto that warrior, then you've got a really good Marok. I do like the shininess to it, to Marok's armor. That looks good. So if they could de-rust it, you should be able to like rub it out. Grab a literal rubber, or carefully remove it by scratching it off. Recommend the rubber, because then you're not damaging the surface of the Lego piece. I don't know with something I'm surprised I haven't tested out. With the like the shiny, the chrome, not the chrome plated, but the shiny gold, the pearl silver, those sort of elements. Has anyone ever sanded down one side of it to see if they're generously coated or if they're through and through? I wonder if they're grey. The thing with them being grey pieces underneath all that is they'd require another mold. They'd require a special mold to allow them to do the inside then the outside, and that sounds long. But if it's saving the Lego group money, maybe they do. Maybe that's what they do. They hand paint every single chromified piece that comes through. The thought of just one person hand painting every single piece, like the new Mando set, hand painting every single piece in that set. It's amusing to me because I wouldn't be the one doing it, but oh, that would be tiring. Riley, which one's Lonnie? Lutivario? Yeah, Lutivario is the somehow crime lord gangster. You wouldn't know it through their introduction or the entire time they're there. They don't do anything that's they're a bit crime lordy, but they're not too, you know, crime lordy in the scary aspect. It's more of the way they think is all about personal interests and money. Other than that, how he survived, well, the mech was doing a lot of the heavy lifting. We can say that. Because otherwise, I don't think he stands a chance. Nothing to do with his size. It's more so the lack of intimidation and the eagerness to fold under pressure. The lack of a backbone. Anytime, I mean, it's against Maul, so I don't think many people would have a backbone. Vader is a very, very rare circumstance. To put the fear into Darth Maul, I don't think anyone else has. We need a what if on what if Kenobi. I don't see a world that Kenobi joins Maul. I don't see a world. Maybe that would make it interesting. What if Kenobi joined Maul, or Kenobi took down Maul on Mandalore, and Kenobi? What if Kenobi trained Anakin as a Sith? Or as a rogue Jedi at least, sort of Baylan Skoll Shin Hati way. Out for themselves, but not out for hatred, just complete disregard for the Jedi Order. We need a what if series. I was going back looking through some of the old what if comics that Dark Horse did. especially across the 2000s. And they were also good stories. We could get a few of those animated. Don't think it would happen with Disney, because Disney don't like a what if. Disney like a this happened and that's final. Or a little, yeah, a little bit. Little spillage. But they did it with Marvel. They did it with Marvel. Marvel's been like that in the comics. Thanks for hanging. When does the poll end? When I finish building this speeder. So we've got 4 domes to paint, and then we'll be building the next one. So N1's hanging in there. It's still got quite the majority, but it could flip at any time. As it goes on, more and more people are voting for Mando and Grogu. I don't know if it's a change of heart, change of mind, or if as more people enter, we've got more of a Mando Grogu fan than an N1 fan. Although both of them are Mando and Grogu builds. Right. And then we don't even need to paint the engines. I am going to paint the engines. Something relaxing about painting these up. But we could leave them grey. Well, there's a good thing about land speeders. You could build this in complete different colours, mix it up, do a nice rainbow coloured speeder, and it would still fit into certain scenes. It wouldn't look like the opening of Mando. I don't know how many people are building the opening of Mando nowadays. A few years old. It debuted Christmas. Debuted just before Rise of Skywalker, didn't it? We didn't get it till the following year in the UK and most places on the world, but Disney Plus took a while to come out. Maybe they wanted the American audience to view it first. There are still quite a few American exclusives when it comes to Disney, like the Disney Store. A lot of the May 4th stuff are only available in America. Not too bad. It's a lot overpriced. Some good designs though. Expensive but quality. You know what I mean? It's expensive but quality. Which kind of tracks? Quality tends to be on the more expensive side. Oh, I didn't even empty this last time. So we're just diluting dirty water. Nice. There we go. Only the good stuff for our paint. It wasn't expensive bottled water. It's just the ends of one that we had the other day. Don't worry about it. Is that even... Oh, perfectly cleaned. As it should be. Now, we might be able to paint these domes straight off the block. Yeah. Awesome. Helps with a steady hand. What I should have done was paint the bottom of the dishes black. Paint the bottom of the domes, or leave them grey. Either paint them black or leave them grey, so there's a little detail underneath. I'll probably go over them with a dark red. Don't know if we need a second coat of this because of the dark colour underneath. But we shouldn't need one on the inside. It's just on the outside where it's visible. Yeah, we'll get under there now. Played Survivor. Survivor I played a long time ago. I did complete Survivor and Fallen Order. Fallen Order I platinumed. And then... Did I play Survivor or did I watch Survivor? I don't remember now. I think I played... No. Oh, I think I did play it. Yes, I remember exploring it. I think I've got platinum. But I platinumed Survivor on the computer. Well, I didn't platinum it, did I? I got all the achievements on Steam. And Fallen Order, I platinumed that on the PlayStation. So when the third game comes out, I might play back through at least, probably both of them. Probably both of them on the computer. Might do a little members stream or something when that comes out. Chill stream. Because those games, I do see myself replaying the Jedi games in maybe like every 10 years, just to refresh myself on the story. The first one was so good. Second one was long running around. But because I've already played it, I wonder if there's a 3-player mode. What they should have is a mode where in Resident Evil, you get a really good weapon. When you complete the game, you can restart and you get like a good weapon, so you don't have to do all the little fights and the bits that when you replay become annoying. The Star Wars equivalent for that, you've got a lightsaber. You can't get better. Maybe the lightsaber nunchucks that we saw in Rebuild the Galaxy, but you can't really beat a lightsaber. I think they're adding more poses to the third game as well. So you can choose more between the saber, the pistol, which fits with the story. But what they need is all shortcuts unlocked. All shortcuts unlocked. And that would make the game funner to replay. Because Survivor, Fallen Order I thought was fairly long, but I wasn't used to playing more story games. Used to playing games where you run around and complete missions, a bit like Battlefront. But then I played Survivor, and Fallen Order is almost a breeze, especially on Dathomir. I always thought that was long. It's somewhat of a maze the first time you go through, but then you get some shortcuts, and that's pretty good. It is strictly Survivor that's slow, it's long, there's so much to run around, and then it sends you back up the path to do future stories as well. Jeddah, oh, make sure we got no paint on. Oh no, don't tell me. We survived, no paint on the desk. Thankfully this is quick drying, otherwise we would have been in trouble. And that wouldn't have been good. There we are. Yeah, Jeddah's nice because you get all the creatures you can ride around on, and the Spammel that we built in Lego when it came out. The Spammel was one of my favourite creatures from that game. There's a load of cute ones, a load of cool ones, but the Spammel was definitely the best. Definitely. Right, 1, 2, 3. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. All right, final engine, and then we'll see what you voted for the next one. We'll let those dry a little bit before we start applying them. I think I got a little bit of red on the black here on this bottom left engine. Just touching that black up. Beautiful. And you wouldn't know that they're not painted unless you sat here the last couple of minutes. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Would assume, thank you very much. I would assume by how Marok fights, he was at least a Jedi Knight before becoming an Inquisitor. I assume, you know what? I never thought about that, but I've assumed that all the Inquisitors were Jedi before. That's not necessarily the case. They could be dark, a bit like Maul. You know, someone who's just picked up, trained in secret. Maul was technically an assassin, but Palpatine was training him as an apprentice to take over, and that's why he gets worried when Asajj gets so good with Dooku, because he thinks Dooku's doing the same. That is the downfall of the Sith. Worried that everyone's going to do the exact same as you. Let's pull up then. I'm going to end the poll. N1 Starfire, any last minute votes, and cut 83% to the N1 Starfire. Let me find some instructions. Oh, good old YouTube have them up. Ton of polybags we've got though. Can we see? Oh yeah, someone's uploaded them onto Reddit. There's a nice image. Also, with scanning instructions, you don't need a printer to do it. If anyone picks up a make and take and wants to share like instructions into the community for everyone else to build, I'm sure there's some people that would appreciate that, including myself. You can take a scan with your phone or a photo with your phone, and as long as it's clear, do quite a good job, as someone has done here. Hold on a second. There's a make and take stamp. I need to get this up. A make and take stamp, or is that for the UCS set? Matching stamp for the passports. That's probably a UCS set, isn't it? There we go. Instructions for the N1. Let's see how many of these parts I've got. Can we flip that? Can we flip that and secure? We'd have to build everything upside down, which seems long. If only we could flip that. We could. Oh, here's a thought. Because we've got these bricks on top, right? If this 1x4 is 2 1x2s, we are overcomplicating this so much. But we could get them in there, what, 4s? So we could even get more 1x2s down here. And then we include a 2-length bar. Let's give it a go. Let's see if it works. We did this with Vader's tie as well. We, as I say, overcomplicated it. And it worked out so well. Did I clean this? Yeah. So, dark bluish grey. See if we have those dark bluish grey slopes before we commit to anything. Because I don't think we have many dark bluish grey. Do we have the pieces needed? We have one, and I think Vader's tie. Although if we didn't use them for Vader's tie. Oh, light bluish grey for Vader's tie. Do I not have 1x4s? No, surely I do. Maybe they were in this one too. I need grey to have its own tub. Because this is just confusing. Alright, well, we could light bluish grey it. They've gone dark bluish grey because it's the closest to their chromey piece. Their pearl gold. Pearl grey? Gunmetal grey? Is that the word I'm looking for? What if Obi-Wan actually told me what happened to my father? See, that would be such a good episode. I think Lego should take him up on it. We didn't really get a what if. We got a what if Star Wars happened everywhere all at once for Rebuild the Galaxy. We need a what if Lego series, and I'm putting this on Lego's shoulders. Lego need to do it. It needs to be done. Do what must be done. 2 length bars. So the idea here, to overcomplicate this polybag of a build, we need to link as many of these up as we can. I think I'll use dark bluish grey. We're only going to have it onto one of them, so we'll link these up. And then I was going to secure them in. I think I'll actually link these together like so. I think that makes more sense, having multiple of these across. Makes sense. Don't know how this makes sense. It will secure it in, and then 2 more of these on top. This will be the plate holding them in. So that's our 2x2 and our 2x4. And then that is where they need to be. Everything else should hold itself or each other together, I suppose. As long as we've got... Oh, that cockpit might be a pain. Yeah, that bit at the front might be a pain. What we can do, rather than putting them out to the side, I'm going to swing them around front. And again, we are overcomplicating this. This build isn't that difficult, but it's going to look so much better on the bottom once we do. It'll be worth it. Oh, hold on. If we're doing this at the front... Oh no, because we need the side to hold it on. We could build this out then. Left and right. Or like flip this one around. There's so many different ways we could do this, isn't there? What's the best way of doing it? I think we have this like so, and we've got our 1, 2, 3. We got our 4. That bottom one is 1, 2. Oh, it's a 1 by 8. So I have some 1 by 4s. Black, grey, no dark bluish grey. What goes under the wings? Nothing. No, we do have stuff under the wings, so I use more. We use more, we get some more bars. 1 by 4 would look so much better in dark bluish grey if I have it. I got one in light bluish grey. That will do. Maybe we make this light bluish grey instead. We've already used so many dark bluish grey 1 by 2s. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, we can go back and change it. It's similar to the slave one being white or grey. And I've done now both the slave... No, mainly white. Mainly white, the slave one. Django slave one. I think it works in grey. As long as it's light bluish grey, because that's what Boba's then looks like. But Boba's is a bit dirtier. Doesn't keep it as clean as Django Fett does. Surprise Lego are down to just a battle pack a year. We are so overdue. We are overdue a few as well. Still waiting for that. What we said, like the Phase 1 Clone Trooper battle pack. Also, anniversary of battle packs. They're like 20 years old this year. So Lego could have done a little something. Better than nothing. But instead, have we got any... What battle packs could we have? We could have a Trooper one from Mando. But I don't know if a Remnant Trooper, because we've only got one of each Remnant Trooper in Mando. I don't think a Remnant Trooper is the way to go. I think a Stormtrooper battle pack. We've got the Rebel ship. I don't know if that's still on shelves. That would cause some issues if it is. This is awesome for a battle pack. The fact we're able to slot this in. And then don't think we need any of those. Or these for that matter. Slopes. Sometimes it's better to grab the whole drawer. Stormtroopers would be welcome. We've got... It was the Rebel something and Imperial something. Has it retired? Yeah, by the looks of this. Rebel... And it was Imperial Dropship. This is it. Imperial Dropship and Rebel Scout Speeder. It is retired. So this isn't coming back. We need an Imperial battle pack. What vehicle could we have? I would want 4 Imperials as well. Perhaps not 4 Stormtroopers. We need a Death Trooper. Oh, that's not what I was expecting to see. That's a surprise. We need a Death Trooper and we need a Death Trooper. The Death Trooper needs one of those shoulder pieces. A Stormtrooper perhaps also with a shoulder piece and then 2 regulars. That way we've got a little commander or some sort of head of the group. Wait, black. Why black? And also, where's the yellow at? Where's the yellow of Mando's N1? Mando N1, don't be Lego. Look, there's a little bit of yellow under the cockpit though, which is at the front, and a little bit of yellow on the side, a little bit of yellow on the tail. Haven't we already seen a polybag of Mando's N1? This one, look, the little yellow underneath and a bit further back. I think that 2x4 could be yellow. Then they've got black. Maybe that's for the grills here. Maybe they should be grills. Maybe they should be grills. Grills, yellow. Yeah, and that yellow can come all the way forward. Where's that other? Maybe it's this bit that they're trying to do. But then that would be yellow on top as well. I don't know why we're trying to work this out. We're not going to know what Lego were thinking. Cockpit there, so the yellow should be close. So they go out. That's where the grills are, on the side. I think grey, grill, grey, and then yellow, double grey, and then maybe just grey on top. The way they've worked it. And we do have 4. Oh no, that's covered. We do have 3. A lot of them from Rebels are Padawans, from the exception of Raver, who's a youngling, despite being the 4th Inquisitor. Yeah, they really... 1, 2, 3. Who else should we do? Do we know where Barris fits in? I think we just get a name. I don't know if we get a number. I was a bit distracted with the rest of the story going on. We might have. So, black grill. And that is all I remember from what I said. I know we need some grey squares. Let's grab one of those. We need a 2x3. I think that was on top. And then probably a 1x2. I totally have somewhere. I don't even know where my 1x2s in grey have gone. I feel like I'm missing a tub of 1x2s. And then... oh, wait, did we need 1x2s either side? Ah, I'm going to need another one of those. And a yellow 1x2 again. That's a corner. Yeah, well, we can grab the tub. I think this is most of the parts. Grill was in the middle. And then the 2x2. The yellow at the front, because that's got to be as close to the cockpit as we can manage. Oh, just the one. And then it's essentially a brick. We could have also got the grill on the side if we used a snot brick or headlight bricks. That would work. You could even get one of those slopey bricks that we've got on the side of the Razor Crest. That would work as well. And that would look good whilst working. Yes, it fits. That was the moment of truth. If that didn't fit, we were going to be in trouble. And then 1, 2, 3. We need a clear piece on top. Grogu's got a jumper and another thing at the back. Why do they look so thin? Oh, because Grogu is dipped by 1. Let's go back to the front so that we don't miss out more slopes. Otherwise, this is going to be a very flat N1. One there, one the other side. Which side is that? So that's this side, a right side. Only need the one though. This is all held together, even on the original model, with that front piece, which doesn't seem to be kept too securely in there at the front. I mean, you've got the studs underneath. I suppose they don't need it. Speaking of need, we do need a yellow tile. We could have gone away with smaller elements. A yellow tile or a yellow grill. I think the N1 has so little yellow. We had a grill. I don't think a tile's going to work. I think a tile is too much. Even a grill might be too much, but I do agree it's better than nothing. Or what we could do is a grey grill. Hear me out. Grey grill. And if we've got the paints to hand, we add one yellow stripe. We add one printed stripe. It seems to be in the middle of the ship, doesn't it? Just past this line of shiny to non-shiny, where they've sanded away the yellow, which is a nice touch. I think we add one stripe in yellow just along the front. And that's it. That's all the paint we need to add to this. That yellow stripe. Lego probably wouldn't print this on a grill. I think the grill looks nice because it gives some greebling. Gives a little greebling to it. We do love a little bit of greebling. And apparently I love a little bit of paint on Lego. At least we didn't get addicted to burning Lego. There are worse things out there. And same on the other side, and we'll touch up the first side in a minute. See how quickly that second side was done. Once I knew what I was doing. It's just memory. And then, ooh. Yeah, this is the sort of improvement Lego models could benefit from. I know there is a general opinion of keeping it clean, not adding paint to it. I still think that's why customs are so impressive, because so many people are afraid to add that one stripe of yellow to their N1s and make it look so, I mean, I can't even, on the little screen I've got, I can't even see the yellow on it. But it's there. And it looks good. Oh, it really does. I think it's also because it doesn't exist. You know what it looks like? You know when I see a lot on YouTube thumbnails especially, AI images of Lego, and it will be for a mock so people don't spoil the surprise. But an AI Lego image is fairly easy to point out because that piece clearly doesn't exist. And this piece clearly doesn't exist despite the fact that you're seeing it. Hello there! Despite the fact that you're seeing it with your own eyes. Like, that's half coloured, but a little bit of paint. And it's a model kit, I suppose. It's less Lego, more model kit, but with Lego bricks. Start to the N1 there. And then we've got the side profile as well, with a little bit of yellow and the black grille, which does have a few little holes in it, just so it looks a bit accurate to the source material. Hello there. All right, did I clean that? Always got to make sure I'm cleaning the brushes before I put them away. Are these clips to hold the engines, right? Get a little bit of light bluish grey. And then black undersides. That's a choice. In fact, undersides are all is a choice. We want to keep these as thin as possible. All right, the blasters we got to remember. I overlook those. I've overlooked those on every model I've ever built. I think I'm just realising now that the N1 has blasters next to the engines. They own a yellow grill. Ah, but a yellow grill, you'd have to paint two of the bits yellow. Or you could, like, cut them off. Yeah, I think painting would be better than cutting it up. I still think Lego needs to invent an element that slots between studs. We needed it. We've needed it a lot recently. And we can't be just creating pieces. Otherwise, what's the point in using Lego? I'm looking at this front. We've got an engine. This is a make and take. Right, we're not trying to get everything onto this ship. But the engine, the little turrets, we could have studs coming out the top. We could then put a round jumper on with a stud for this. It could be done. It could be done. We'd need a slope, perhaps like a jumper with a slope going through it. No, you know, it's too much. It's too much. If we're trying to add details like that and the blaster, we need to stop ourselves at some point. I don't think we need the underslopes though. So I'm going to keep those off. I'm going to trust in Lego, keep those off, perhaps even like a bracket with 2 clips. If we need that extra security, and a tile on top. Yeah, we can go for a tile on top. That's one thing I can do. In light bluish grey, because we've brightened this model, turned up the exposure. Mouldie the Lego butcher. We have been known to paint a fair amount of bricks now, almost like we're known for it. I prefer Lego artist, but you know, sure, butchers have their own craft. Yeah, cut up Lego bricks. Ooh, that's a nice engine. So, engines. They've got a few exposed parts on them. Yeah, that's going to be too much to try and get at this size. We've also got the point. What if we stack the bricks? They've got the blue. Oh yeah, actually, that probably looks better than if we tried to get something in there. Oh yeah, we'll stick with the bars. They got the blue of the engine coming out the back. Nice detail to add. They didn't even include that on the playset model. And just a 1x1. Oh, and a cone. Let me get the cone. We'll add a yellow plate in there somewhere. We need the studs with the holes in them, front and back. And I don't know where those bars with the handles are. Are they in here? Oh yeah, in grey, yeah? The light bluish grey. With a rounded tip. Didn't even need it. Having a steamed pork bun and a microwave egg. That sounds nice. Oh, that does sound nice. The blue means this N1's flying fast like the Falcon, because that is what it means. I'm taking no debate on the matter. Blue is fast, orange is slow. Orange coming out the back of the ship, or yellow. Yellow coming out the back of the ship means you're not even orange. You're not going anywhere with yellow coming out the back of the ship. You might want to get that checked. Orange is, you know, like jetpacks. They're not faster than ships. We're not talking hyperdrive. We're talking classic firepower and, you know, the old school way of powering things. Start on backwards for the front of the engine. No blasters, but perhaps this is a peaceful one. This is Mando after he joins the New Republic and has to turn in all the weapons that he kitted this thing out with. That's on there, solid. And then the back, it's a bracket coming down. Bracket coming down. On top of all of this, I might swap out that 2x3 for a bracket coming down. Oh, that gets Grogu hidden though. Okay. All right, you've won this time, Lego. I'll get the bracket. And that's a bracket coming down onto a 2x2. Grogu is, actually, is that a 2? That is a 2x2. Grogu's on a jumper. And then let's get the cockpit and let's get the final slope on the back. 4 of these elements used in a set. In a polybag, in a make and take of all things. Love it. Blue makes it super fast. Hyperspeed, yes. Yes, that's a good point. Blue's like an addition. Blue's the next level to orange. Everyone's got the orange. Only some people have the blue. I like that. And then cockpit, we've got clear. I think we do have the old brown. I'm assuming this is transparent black for the cockpit of this one. I don't think I have transparent black yet. I think these are all transparent brown. Maybe they are transparent brown. I don't think transparent brown's really being used. And also, why is that taller? Oh, because it is instead of the 2x3. I was going to remove a part that shouldn't have been there in the first place. We ended up with an extra plate. And that's because we were looking at the reference image and not the official set. The bottom of ours is better though. Beat that, Lego. Maybe we should slope out the sides just to get it extra smooth. Oh, that'd be beautiful. Where's Grogu, Grogu, Grogu? Gotcha. A nice light green Grogu and some slopes. The pair. Just so we can be extra smooth with it. clipping the engines. You can wave this thing around by the engines. They're in there so well. They ain't coming out for anything. Doesn't matter that Mando and Grogu are in the cinema. They're going to miss it. And there is our N1 Starfighter. That a nice little twirl to it that spins around. It is still very ray mantis stinger ocean creature. You know what I mean. But those yellow stripes on the front add so much. Shame we couldn't get any yellow on the back. Mando's N1 does have a little streak. Like, we could paint that on. I think that might be too extra. The grills are okay. The stripe on the side, too much. Maybe we had a yellow 2x3 could have done it. Connected up the two lines. That would have worked as well. That would have looked pretty good. Or even just a 1x2 on the back. Because this is behind Grogu. That is where it's at. But then would weaken the connection somewhere. So there's our modified N1. I do think light bluish grey I prefer better than dark grey. You could argue that the front should be light bluish grey and the back dark bluish grey. I think that for the two-toned effect, that would be best. But a lot of models have just chromed up the entire thing, which also would have looked cool. For a UCS set, they needed to chrome up the entire thing. It's easy building the back end in light bluish, dark bluish grey. We needed those extra colours, and they could have used a 6-length bar on the back rather than this piece. It probably would have been stronger. Should we test that out? Grab a 6-length bar and flick it a few times against the desk. See which one falls out first, because this is going to fall straight off. If I wave it around, it comes straight off. But this has a brick's width of a bar into the N1. And this could be swooshed around by its back fin. Flying around. Oh, look, it's spinning. This is the right way to hold the N1. If I make another N1, I build the UCS set, I best be able to swoosh it around by the back of the ship. That's cool. Yeah, we're getting rid of this one. We don't need it. But do we need any of these parts for the next build? I don't know what the next one is. So, just to recap, anyone that is hopping in, we've got the Razor Crest. This is the one that we did pick up. This one's built from the bag. I actually opened this poly bag, unlike last year's 2 Falcons that are still sat back there. Maybe I could build a... Do you think 2 Falcon poly bags could build a Razor Crest? Oh, there's something to try. Razor Crest is only make and take number 1 though. We've also got... I think it's time to put the engines on this speeder. Are they touch dry? Yeah, they are dry. That's engine number 1. Engine number 2. Got Transneon Green, which is ultra hyperspeed. Oh yeah. Giving you an idea to build an Alien Conquest pod racer. I'm in the mood for some pod racers. We will be after Mando. I do want to build some of the Mando builds after I've seen the movie. I'll probably want to put some of the scenes together. After Mando though, I think we build a few pod racers, especially with the new game coming out. All right, here's the second one. The Land Speeder from the pilot episode of the Mando. This is awesome. Damn, we just needed a driver. Give us a figure with them. Razor Crest. You could fit Mando in the middle there. You're giving them to kids that probably aren't going to be picking up any of the Mando sets. You know, think of that. Kids that aren't going to get Mando. Don't put Grogu in here. Grogu you have to buy a set for. That's fine. But Mando, whack Mando in here. Or, is it too much to ask for Zeb? Zeb Aurelius? Imagine in a poly bag compared to like a £140 set. That's nuts. But Mandalorian is in like a £6 set anyway. Whack him in the poly bag. That would have been cool. Also, wouldn't have given us these yellow corner domes. So maybe I wouldn't have... Maybe I'd be complaining that they didn't give us the choice. If we did, same with this. We need that driver or the Mithril. Maybe we get the Mithril in it. Then we have the Bantha. This one's slightly modified, mainly with the tail and a few recolors. Oh, and the horns, yes. I didn't show off the horns earlier. This side's better because I found a frying pan stud that was the same light tan color. I haven't painted the clip. It's hidden from most angles. But I think this horn, the Tauntaun horn, looks so much better on the Bantha than the whip. It's also in the right color, which does help a little bit. And then build number 4 is the N1 Starfighter. Look at that, the yellow on the top. Yoda is not feeling too well. He's very bright. But this build is fun. This is, I don't know, the polybags were quite cool. We also got the Microfighter N1 as well. I think it's better than the polybag with a cap, this one. It's bigger, it's bulkier, it feels better. Make and takes in these sort of polybags tend to be bigger anyway. But this one, that does come... No, wait, not this one. No, it is this one, yes. I thought this one came with the quarter... Maybe it's just a bad crop of the image. They just look like little 1x1s. I think they are. This isn't the one that I think I'm thinking of. Unless I'm thinking of that one. And then the Microfighter. This is the ends that I was talking about. We got those in a magazine polybag. That's how I built the set. It's not far off. Once again, maybe crop out the cockpit. Add Mando in the front, some cheese slopes on the side. And you've got yourself a decent build. Not far off the sides as well. You can add Grogu to the back of this one at least. You've got the jumper behind the cockpit. Let's get these speeders out of the way, so we're not confusing ourselves with these different builds. And we've got the 5th big one. We've got one big one and a few small ones. I do want to build the small ones as well. I'll see if I can get those up. I forgot to post them. I said that I'd post them whilst I find the instructions, and I haven't. It's Barnes and Noble. B and N. We have a store here, B and M. B and N. That would get confusing. Not to mention B&M. Usually people have started using it on the subreddit for Bricks and Minifigs, which is a second-hand store. And they had to put out a post. This was Christmas time. The Reddit put out a post saying how B&M, they basically soft banned B&M because UK were using it for B&M. The store that's straight up called B&M. I don't know what that stands for. And there's a load of good Lego deals, especially this last year. There've been some really good ones. And then the other side of the pond, Americans have used it for bricks and minifigs, which is fair because that's what it's known as. It gets really confusing. Instructions. Oh, look at that. They're on YouTube. I've used this channel before for instructions, so I don't mind giving them the little shout out. I think this is a different channel to what we used for the Darksaber. Come on, please load. Thank you very much. Here we go. Bricks of Lego Instructions Archive. Nice. And usually, yep, they set it to 5 seconds. If you're doing any instruction through YouTube, set them to 5 seconds because by default you can skip through them. And let's see if we've got these bases or a bigger one. I don't mind build. Oh, how big is Mando? Just want to know base size. Mando is on like a 3x3. Grogu. Yeah, Grogu's there too. I don't mind too much about the base. I want to create a custom base. So let's start at step 12. And it looks like we're building the legs separately. That might be for a reason. Because Mando's armor is different on his left and right leg. So before we get carried away and build 2 right legs, let's get some of the parts we'll be needing. Cheese slopes. No. Oh, I thought it was a cheese slope. Is it? No. Okay. We can get away with a cheese slope though. Do I have those in brown? Brown plate. I think if Thrawn would have led a clone unit, Imagine Thrawn. Oh, another What If episode. Come on, Lego. You got to be publishing these. You think it'd have fought with the 41st Elite Corps? Yeah. I see that. On Kashyyyk, they're the Kashyyyk ones. I think they'd be blue instead of green though, because it's handy, especially Star Wars being kid inclusive. It is child inclusive, young watcher inclusive, ignoring all the murder and brutality that goes on. There's a lot of it in Clone Wars. It is made for the simplest of minds to understand. That is not an insult on intelligence. It's just the way that Star Wars is, so that the clones looking like the leader of the clones makes you know, okay, they're on their side. It's that pairing up, which I don't mind. I mean, it doesn't make it easier for me. I still get names confused all the time, as I'm sure most of us do, but it must be easier for some. Again, not me, but some. Someone out there's finding it easier. Is that light brown plate with a dark brown brick? All right, careful not to break any of these light brown plates. Some of these are as old as I've been collecting Lego, which is prime snapping time. As we found with some of the longer bricks, again, I shouldn't be doing this. I'm assuming the foot is the same. The upper leg definitely isn't though. Oh, what if we had some like profile brick? Fancy it up. I've got this wood effect profile brick, and that's a good one. Let me get this. Finished that a while back. Recently, I've been really liking the multivitamin juices. They're like apple, carrot. I'm hoping this doesn't make too much noise, but oops. Yeah, does a little bit. So that classic fruit shoot, not fruit shoot, what are they called? Classic carton. Here we go. So this is where it's different. We're going to need some more wood effect. Wood effect bricks, cheese slope. We always got to get a cheese slope in there. Has to be done because it's almost a primitive Lego element. When it comes to angles, I would include cheese slopes. It would be quite down the list, not in terms of Lego parts, but you know, you got your bricks, your plates, your rounded plates, your snot bricks come before them. But cheese slopes are for sure on the list. If I had to limit to, oh wait, there's only one of the corners. If I had to limit, where would it fall off? I'm trying to think if I'd include it in a top 10. Top 10 is quite generous. There are a lot of Lego bricks you could include in a top 10 before you get to cheese slopes. But like, what slopes am I prioritizing ahead of cheese slope? I think I would make room for cheese slopes in my top 10 Lego parts. We need to do a Lego parts tier list. Bricks. And that's the thing. Are we including all bricks when I say bricks, or are we including 2x4 separate? If we're including all bricks, easy top 10. If we're including some bricks separate, then not so easy top 10. maybe top 20. I think 2x3s aren't that important when it comes to Lego building. It's only for a specific amount of pieces, whereas cheese slopes work for so much. Ooh, I wasn't expecting that, and I'm thinking that this is the outside leg now. No, it's the inside. And it is the no. Lego, back me up on this. Where's that Mando keyring? Where's that Mando keyring? That would be the best look at Mando's legs. Is this the new one? Yes, this is the new one. What do Mando's legs look like? So there's an image for you at home. I got Mando in front. Mando's got grey toes, first off. So that's maybe a grey sole on the shoe rather than black. And then one leg. Oh wait, but they've got the big parts, haven't they? Rather than the knees. They haven't done the knees. These are the thighs. Oh, so the knees should be below. So I think we swap out. Yeah, I think we swap that brick with our own custom brick with a little grey piece. Oh, grey piece. Where would the grey piece be? Maybe a grey brick. They'll include dark for that because it gets darker. So I'd have to assume that's what the darker section's for. Maybe a grey brick is in order. I don't think I have one of those wood effects in grey though. I've got it in tan. I've got it in light bluish grey. How's that look? And also symmetry sometimes looks better. Enjoy your shift. Thanks for hanging. Now, you know what? Grey might work. Grey might work. Might. Oh, they got us good with that one. They put the leg the other side. They flipped the build. Cheeky. I'm looking at it now. It makes sense because there's a toll right next to where Grogu's heading. All right. And then that on top. Oh, we need another wood effect. Would you believe it? You're coming with me. The dark one, not a light one. Whole stack of them here. In case we need any more for the torso. And then jumpers and half 1x1s. Jumpers in grey. Wait, these are the thighs. They've got the... I've just put myself in the eye. They've got the jumpers. All right, I'm gonna... Do I dark grey it? What's Mando saying? Mando's saying shiny on the right, non-shiny on the left. So there's the light grey. We don't have any shiny ones. But also, would this not look better? I'm going to move them up for now. I don't want to make too many modifications whilst we haven't built this. Otherwise, it's going to take us forever to get through the build. And then some of the half in light grey as well. Yeah. Light bluish grey, which I feel like might be what we've just done with the knees. And they've just not got the brown one on the other side. But we're going off what we've got. And that is what we've got. With the grey knee. I think that grey might be too much. Do we have a brown one? The brown half specifically. Yeah, we do. Maybe we swap those out because that is where I would envision a knee. I think that's right. So this side's grey because that's what the knee is. This side should be brown. Yes. And then we've also got the shiny, non-shiny. Whilst we're here, we might as well add... Actually, dark grey would be the shiny one. We're going by the N1. But we didn't because... I think we can leave them light grey. I don't think that's too much of an issue. Oh, a slope. I was lit up when I saw that. A brick in a make and take. Awesome. And that's just the one. I'll grab the lot. No point going for one slope. And a 2x3 while I'm here. In what colour was it? Brown? It's reddish brown. The fact that they've re-released Mando, so I'm pretty sure the Mando minifigure, the new Mando minifigure, is the fourth variant. We got Mando, no, fifth variant of the same figure with what, the same torso printing? Surely not. We got Mando, just the arm and leg printing. No head, no helmet printing, nothing. Then we got Mando with arm printing. I think it was that order. Then we got Mando's head. Then we got Mando helmet printing. And now we've got Mando's toes and knees. And now we got Mando's crotch. Why is there a bracket there? Why is the bracket going first? You couldn't have built it up any other way. It had to be this way around, didn't it? Because that looks great. There we go. Perfect. Is that his belly button? Same but different on the other side. One by one. Found that. Ah, and then the same. Okay. Well, look, this could have been just tilted on its side. All the studs. I don't dislike it. I do like it, actually, because it means we're going to get a load of detail, but this feels like something I'd build with all the studs. Maybe this is in partnership with Lego, and this is some sort of fan designer, because I still don't know where this build comes from. Good thing we got the grey, the brown, but we missed out the grey. Not a good thing we got the grey, because we don't have the grey. We've got no grey. This is... Where is this? So... That's the belt? Maybe the belt? And then this is the torso with the strap across it? Or is that what that was? No, this is the strap. For sure this is the strap. This is high enough. I haven't had a good look at this to know what's either side. But we can't have snot bricks out the arms. Oh no, we could for the arms. Yeah, we could have. Or Technic. Snot bricks is looking likely. Because we don't use Technic on make and takes. It's just main Lego system builds. This could even be the lower torso if they want to go real crazy with it. I'm not doing 4 of those. I'm using the same brick that we just used. Although we didn't throw that one on the floor. The 1x2 snot brick. Also could use a Technic 1x2 with the 2 pin holes. And then 2 stud pins. Jumpers and towel. In brown. There's your towels, there's your jumpers. Hopefully, yes. And that's for the head. 1 stud. Damn, 1 stud. Wait, is that dark? That's dark brown. Oh, good thing I spot that when I did. Come on. Where are those dark brown tiles? Oh, wow. Is it dark brown? Or is that just a shadowed image? Eh? Maybe it's a shadow. What? Okay. Wasn't expecting that. That doesn't fit. Oh, because we've moved this up. It doesn't fit because we've changed it. Yeah, that's why it doesn't fit. This is broken. By design, by our design, it's broken. I do have a dark. I have a few. I think dark grey 1x2 half circles, but finding them is the hard part. And for the side, we can use 2 quarter circles. And that's the belt? No way is that the belt this low. What? Wait, it is the belt. So this is the lower torso. This isn't even arms. Imagine his torso is just teeny tiny. Huh. Well, if that's the belt, maybe we could have added like a bracket or something on it. Could use a 2x2 rounded piece because it's for the pouch either side. Don't know, I'm getting you out. We've got you. We need a 1x3. Plenty of those. Oh, another grey. Another grey for the belt buckle. Similar to the piece we swapped out for Vader. Oh, not the strongest connection, that one, stud. Must be something about those snot bricks. They're not as strong as the other snot bricks. Maybe there's a little less on the top. Oh. We don't want the jumpers. We just want regular tiles here. In dark bluish grey, I'm going to use 2x2 rounded pieces. And then move the legs down, hoping that it will flow a little bit better. Still feels very lower leg, like that's the knee. That's quite obviously the knee. And I want that to be higher. It's the thigh armor, it's not shin pads, which is what it looks like Mando's wearing. Shin pads. And then we've got the lower torso. And then ammo. This would look good for like a Chewbacca, I think. Maybe all the buildable characters need to be built at this level. Someone needs to do that. Go through. There's a few other made for make and takes, but the Yoda we built 2 years ago was the Falcon. Yoda must have been at least 3 years ago. Doesn't feel that long ago. Seems to be not too much bigger than Grogu here. This looks like an arm. We don't have anything that an arm can stick to right now. This worries me. I think this is Mando's torso. I think that's as tall as Look at the torso compared to the legs. The legs are like 3 times the height. Dark bluish grey, totally not a brown wedge there. And are the arms going to be the same? Because the legs ended up being the same. That was a little disappointing. Exactly the same. Exactly the same. Identical. Maybe we can get some brown on top. Because I might have brown hinges. Maybe Lego didn't have brown hinges. Maybe I do. I'm laughing at that. But I genuinely have 2 brown hinges, or a few more, but 2 that we could use for the arm, so then it looks like shoulder armor, wrist armor, and the hands should be gloved. Mando's hands are black. They've got little orange tips, but for the most part they're black, so black they shall be. Armor should always carry around. Oh wait, I've got the space for minifigures. I forgot about that. I can pull out the minifigures, the clones, and I think the middle one was the easiest to get. I put Mando in the middle. Is this gonna work? Ouch. Velcro to my hair. Mando in the back one, maybe. Yeah, that's the best one. And there you go. Whenever next stream, I got to remember to put the minifigures in the hat. And then I'll remember, oh, what's Mando look like? Well, let's have a look. His arm is, actually that's light grey armor on the top. Hello there. Doing good, thank you. Just got the wrong shade of grey, but we'll swap that about. We can get that drawback out in a sec. And then the same armor for the front, or we can just use a corner panel. Or a 2x2 I think would look pretty good. Maybe like a, this is the arm that we're building. Maybe a, maybe like a brickhead's arm with an extra little bit. If you don't have the hinges and don't want the arm to move, I think the arm might look a little weird moving this thin. Right, light bluish grey instead of dark. And the same for the jumper on top, light bluish grey. Maybe a stud. Jumpers are out. Jumpers are out, and we've got some of the drawers that go in here, they're out too. So, brown stud. This is the 5th make and take we're building today. Technically, we didn't build the Bantha today, but all these builds on the desk for anyone joining. Hello there. The N1. These are all make and takes that were available over the weekend, mainly May 2nd. All of these were available May 2nd. Some of these were available before and after. The Speedo has been available for over a week, nearly 2 weeks now in the UK. Razor Crest has also been available for 2 weeks, not as a make and take, but as a gift with purchase in most stores. The Bantha was available a month, nearly 2 months ago now. N1 is new, that's a Lego one, and this one is a Barnes & Noble make and take, which I think was only available May 4th. Nope, May 2nd. Not May 4th, May 2nd. And you had to book in advance. Apparently it's really hard to get into a Barnes & Noble make and take. Especially if you don't know one's coming. I see it like Bloom Bar in the UK. There wasn't a Bloom Bar in the UK. That was the poor choice of event. Any other Lego event. Superhero Academy. I love that. But not a load of people knew that was happening. And the traffic that day was terrible anyway. So those that knew struggled to get there. It had booked out when we went, and it seemed so empty. I think so many people book Lego events hoping to, you know, be able to swing by and miss it, or they've had a little look, realise you don't get something. Although the Superhero Academy wasn't meant to have any make and takes, but every time we built something, they were like, oh, that's all right, keep it. There was one thing to add on the wall. Everything else was, oh yeah, keep it. That's yours now. To save them having to break it down, I suppose, at the end. This arm's got to be a bit higher. Oh, I'm skipping something. No, it's not higher. At least he can put his hand in his pockets. This actually looks good. This is a mini land Mando. Legolands used to, still do, I assume, have like mini land figures. This is a mini land Mandalorian. Headless at the minute. Let me, oh, I remember where we put Mando. Here we go. Let me grab Mando's actual head, the face of Din Djarin, and the helmet. Beautiful. C'est magnifique. This is probably more accurate to the human proportions. Even if Mando is wamp, absolutely bulked up, does not skip, what, shoulder day at the gym? Oh, that's creepy, but it's cool. And we might be working on the jetpack, so I might, or the cape. The cape? Does the cape have a rifle with it? Odd cape. Oh, I think it does hold the rifle. Didn't mean that at the start, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now. I got a way to build this if you don't have the slopes. While I part that out. I have no control over the gifted. May 2nd, I know. 2x6, we'll still start off with that as the base element. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. 2x2s. 2x2s and then 2x4 wedges, if you're interested, the piece that I'm going to be using. And we'll keep the clip as well. Because if that is for the Amben sniper rifle, or the newer one, which is still an Amben sniper rifle, perhaps we can keep that for the minifigure. Keep that for Mando. So for this cape, I shouldn't have pressed those together. Instead of using the 2x6s, wait, do I have the wrong slopes? Oh no, I only needed those slopes. I didn't need both sides. That's gonna bug me when we start building a sand crawler or something and I don't have the opposite side. Instead of using the wedge, just 2x4 works with a 2x3 as well. If you use a 2x3 on the other side, we got the cape. That's actually really easy. And it's swinging over the shoulder. So it is centered on the back. Little short. Maybe that's how it is. No jetpack. Oh, this is really nice. And I've got that blaster as well. Oh, wrong drop. A hilt, a blaster, some clips, a 1x2, and some spears. Well, that's going to be easy. And that's a gunmetal grey hilt as well, which is that one. Imagine the blaster was on top. That would just be too kind now. I think the spears are in the same drawer as the clips. As is that a one? Oh, wait, that's not what I thought. That might be a candle element. Let's find the blaster first. May 2nd was 3 days ago. It was. It was. That means the instructions are available, though. What did we build May 2nd? I don't remember. When's the next stream? Next stream will be on Thursday. Next stream, there's the blaster. That's the one. Next stream's on Thursday. What did I say we were doing on Thursday? Why don't I remember it? Oh yes, building some more cool cars for Star Wars. Building some more Star Wars vehicles on Thursday, and then Saturday we're going to be starting the sail barge, the UCS sail barge. Oh, I am excited for that. That is going to be awesome. If it's anything like the Slave One, I think it's going to be better. I think it's going to be better than the Slave One. I don't want to expound on that too much. I'm going to see how it goes, but I do think it's going to be better. I keep trying to skip chat. I can't do that. Candle. It's a candle. The same candle that came on the ATTE. The polybag ATTE, not the playset. The candles are also in this box. Candle element, a clip. What color was that? Light bluish grey. If only we had a light bluish grey candle element. Interesting the way that works around. And then the clip from the that came with the 3/2 ATRT. I forget what that was. Spider Droid. The clip from the Spider Droid. It's coming so much, but that's where I first saw it. Spider Droid clip. I hereby dub thee. One clip. 1x2 in dark bluish grey. What else 1x2? Oh, jumper. That's what we got. And then some pointy spear ends to finish it off. Come on, don't break the clip. Can't afford to keep breaking those. Not a tooth. Could be in here. Got a few smaller spear ends. No, it's not in here. That's Minecraft. It's definitely not a Minecraft element. Wands would work. Wands would be really thin. Maybe too thin for a make and take. Like unnoticeably thin. Not in here, I can't see. Oh. Oh, no. Anywhere could be in here. No, not in here. Well, they've got to be in here. I don't think I have another drawer they fit into. Nothing at the bottom either. No underside to them. Oh, there is another one in the back. Oh, that's a bigger bag. Maybe they are in this one. Django or Mando? Oh, good question. I think I'd have to go... This is Mando. This is Din Djarin, if you're curious. I think I'd have to go with... Oh, that is a really good question. I think I'd have to go with... We've seen more Mando. I think I have to go with Django. I think Mando's character development can be a bit slow sometimes. I go with Django. Not bad, not bad. So he's got a pistol as well. But does this Amban sniper rifle clip to his back? Which is what I want to know, and I'm sure a few of us want to know. Will it fit? Because he has his pistol out a lot of the time. We could also get a Darksaber. We could get the Darksaber in his hands. He no longer has the Darksaber though. No, we won't do the Darksaber. You could use the Darksaber Hilton element or Brick Builder Blade. So pistol in his left. And surely this... No, there's no way to clip it. Wait, there's no... Unless you clip it from, like, the top. Or can you clip... How does Mando have his Amban sniper rifle? How does he, like, store it? How is it on his back? Maybe if I search Mando Season 1, we'll see it. So it's the back end. Oh, I guess it's missing that stock bit. Back end goes down. So if we separate it a little bit, we need to put this in first. Clip in the blaster. And then do we have the space to clip this in? Yes. Okay. So you can get the Amban sniper rifle in the side, in Mando's... on Mando's shoulder by the cape. It's just an awkward connection. And then this is the helmet. This is the way. So Mando's head back on the figure. And hopefully we got... I don't think the black is all too important, but that might be for the visor. We might flip this around. It might pull a 180 on us. Definitely. Definitely that is the front of the face. No doubt in my mind anymore. Think they'll make a 4-pack of brick heads for Maul Shadow Lord. Who would you put in the brick heads? Which 4? It'd have to be for me, Maul. Actually, for me, it'd be Maul, Devon, Looty. If we're including Looty, I think we include both... maybe not Marok. The Crow Inquisitor. The Crow Inquisitor, Maul, Devon, and Looty. I think that's my 4. You're missing out so many good characters, though. Making someone choose is... Oh, that is difficult. Wait. Okay, why didn't we use snot bricks on... I suppose because of that front panel. But if we're using a half... Oh, I thought I wouldn't have one of these. Why not in black? What if... Oh, we have grey and white. We can... Yeah, we could paint a visor on the grey one. That'll stop any black being visible anywhere else. We might be able to do that after the fact as well. And then snot bricks on the back and more snot bricks on the front. Oh, that requires us having more corner snot bricks. Wait, didn't we just use the grey ones on the leg? Maybe. Are they covered or are they... No, not really, because it's all rounded off pieces. No. We could use one of these if we had one in grey. I don't think I do, no. Let's see if we've got any. And if not, we'll use the bracket. Oh, no. Oh, I know, I just killed Mando. It's not a good look. We do have black. Okay. But we really want grey for the legs. 1 second. For the legs, do we need any more than 1 snot brick? We could game it with 1 snot brick. Because it's the front. It's the front one that's double. Just had an idea. And it might give us another snot brick. I don't know where this one came from. That one's meant to be away, maybe. If we only have the 1 stud for the side of the leg. Whereas Lego have this plate coming down. And it should be on the thigh. It is way too low. We could rotate it to not only be higher, but come out with the knee. So it still fits, despite the fact that if we just put it on the top like that, it's not in system. It wouldn't work. It'd clash with a piece on top. And now we've got some of the grey snot bricks for above. But that would work. That would line up better to the rest of the fig. Just like so. Have it rounded off. It's not all the way up, but it's as far as we could push it. And because we've got the snot bricks with these kneecaps, you could even use headlight bricks to flush it a little more. I mean, everything else is sticking out, so it doesn't look like a problem, but if you wanted, you could use headlight bricks. And then we've got these 2 snot bricks for the top of Mando's visor. Awesome. I wonder if we could fit a 1x2 brick or something chunky in the middle there. Something that would fill in the middle of the visor. Like we're about to do. Clips. But also something that wouldn't get in the way of anything else. I suppose the clips is the main thing you want to be careful of. Getting in the way of those. And then a ton of other rounded parts. I'm going to grab that drawer back. Grab that drawer and keep those to hand. Because this is where most of the detailing from the entire build is coming from. Rounded off, not just 1x1. 1x1, 2x2s, rounded off. Floats, tiles, jumpers, plates. And speaking of jumpers, we've got another one for the right. A few more. But don't run with that, Lego. I say few more, they say I bet. Go for all of them. Wait, a grill? Grill on the back of... Yeah, I suppose so. I've never seen that as a grill though. Are we using another grill on top? If we're using another grill on top, I'll step in, but as long as that's just around the back of the helmet, that will do. This is so... I don't even think they needed the black on the inside because we're not getting the T-visor. We're just getting the shadow on the inside. Hey, the Shadow Lord. Yeah, I don't even think we see the black on the inside. I'm not even going to paint it. Right. Grey. Light bluish grey. One of each side. There's one. That's the right one. We need a left that isn't flat. So many of the flat slopes, they've literally come out this year, haven't they? How can I have this many? I haven't been getting that many new sets. I haven't made that many orders, I don't think, this year. Not yet. When summer comes out, there's a load of recolored parts. When summer comes out, might have to place a parts order. See which stores have the most of them. Ooh, nice dome. And that is the Mando. We've got a Grogu left. And then, we do have a dome. Oh, it's got 2 studs in the middle. That's why we don't use a 2x2. We got two 1x1, two 1x2s instead. But Mando's helmet is smooth. Bit pointy, bit tall, bit stretched upwards, as is the rest of Mando. And his head doesn't fit. Not really with that. Yeah, it rotates it back. Oh. No way to change that. Oh, that's not a big issue. This is a mini land Mando though. Mando at Legoland right here. If they haven't used this, they've probably done something very similar to it. Maybe a slope at the back wouldn't have gone amiss. But that's pretty nice. Finally, for the big ones, we got Grogu. Look how straightforward Grogu looks. Grogu might not be straightforward. We don't know yet, but that's half of Grogu right there. 2 brackets, 2 bricks, and they've used green. We'll continue that. A nice sandy green, same colour as Yoda. And then a dark tan under and a light tan over. Is that because they were cheaper? No, it is because that's what they wanted to use for Grogu's jacket. Also, lack of the armour. We got to get that armour piece, so I'm going to grab a jumper. 1x2 jumper. I don't know why they haven't gone with dark tan for Grogu. That's weird. That is weird. No offense, Grogu, you look a little weird. It's... yeah, I think it's because Grogu is just dark tan all over. I know the jacket isn't precisely dark tan. That's not a perfect colour match for Grogu. It's just what Lego have done. It's the closest Lego have, probably. All of those bricks as well. And what colour's that? The orange... like the orange... I'm going to go with dark tan. It's an orangey yellowy though. Probably a bright alternative of dark tan. Again, dark tan is just the colour of the jumper. Don't know what else to say. It's definitely dark tan. Maybe the fluffy bit at the top is lighter. But the rest of it, definitely darker. How many more of those snot bricks do I have, and have I used them? Nope, still got them. And Yoda's is. I know I've got them from the make and take. Because Yoda used the same part. Or we have the lighter green that we used for Grogu in the N1. Maybe even a spare from that make and take. I don't think we got spares. Because it was a make and take, it was probably a build what you've got. Like, they gave the store spares, but they weren't handed out. Because you don't need spares at a make and take. 1 ear, 2 ears, and hold on, are these ears at the back of the head, aren't they? These ears are... what do you mean more teeth? What? Yeah, I don't know about those. No sleeves? No sleeves? No, what else can I come up with that would get me to use a different element here that I do have? No. Also, maybe this armor piece isn't big enough. I was thinking that'd be alright. Maybe we need a 2x2 for the armor piece. No, that's good size. It's just how the rest of it falls. No sleeves. Grogu does not have arms that stick out. Come on, Grogu. Yeah. You got sleeves. What would look cool? Tan slopes with a sandy green. Is it sand green? Sand green 1x1? And 1x2 slopes as well. The smallest slope that aren't cheese. Preferably dark tan like this. You know what? We'll take the lot. And sand green. Sand green. That a colour I have in here. There's one in the bag. That's a different green. Maybe it's in the drawer. Maybe I've got enough because I did use them for my old figure displays. Maybe I've got enough for a tub. For that tub, unless it's in with green. No, it's got its own drawer. Its own container. Filled with 1x2s. We just need 2 1x1s. For Grogu's hand. Instead of using the same element as the ear for a make and take, makes sense. Again, none of this is anti-make and take here. I do love a good make and take. It's mainly just improving the pieces that they've used because we can use as many as we like. Where did that? There was a dark tan slope in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. One. Really, one dark tan slope. Yavin, you're gonna be coming down soon, aren't you? Where's the other dark tan slopes at? Maybe we can use a light tan. Get a lighter sleeve. Dark tan. Oh, that's too big. Oh, hold on. We might need to rethink this. Where did the slopes go? And the green went away. Maybe a cheese slope is all we need. One. Oh, there's another in here somewhere. Oh. One is all we need. And that will be Grogu's little arms. Oh, that's the perfect piece. Yes, cheese slope for the perfect size. Because Grogu's arms barely come down the side of his body. Maybe that's why the teeth looked so weird. The teeth element looked weird because they were too long. There's another one. And same as Mando, no eyes for this. No eyes needed for Grogu. We can use our imagination. And also the fact that eyes make them look more stylized. Okay, that's perfect. For Grogu, the little armor piece, the cheese slope 1x1s as well as the arms. Then go with Mando. And then finally, still never got round to publishing the secret make and takes at the Lego store. Let's see if I can get those images up. Oh, look at that. The 4 of them right there. So they had this station that was secret make and takes is what I call them. Whether they were make and takes or not, I don't actually know. But they were there to build. And there was nowhere to display them. So, I don't know if you could take... They seem like make and takes because of that. Nowhere to display them. And they had a load of them, buckets full. They were small. I don't see any adults building these. It's not worth it, surely. Like, it's the sort of thing you'd get home and then build. And they have been given out previously. I think these have been given out with things, though. I don't think these have been sole make and takes. So we'll get through building the 4 of these because I did say in store that we would build them when they're back. It didn't make the video, but I said it. I said it. I just got it. All right. Just posting the video, the pictures, sorry, from the video, which did come out a few days ago. If you haven't seen it, there was a lot of Smart Play still advertised. I think Lego is still trying to push it, which does indicate that it probably wasn't selling too well, doesn't it? If they're still pushing Smart Play, it's probably not selling. It's not really on sale elsewhere as well. I noticed that whereas £60 sets usually drop to 45 within a month, Smart Play haven't had that. Mando sets are on sale now. They've been out. Actually, most of the Mando sets, I thought they were April 1st. They weren't. They're April 26th. And they are on sale, be it like £5 here, £10 there. Not as good as 25% off. But they're on sale after 2 weeks, which is what we saw in January. January, half of them were on sale pre-order. It's interesting. I didn't think of that until now. But Smart Play still aren't. Smart Play, I think that have started to be discounts now. But when we were at the Lego store at that time, which was May, well, when we went out, Saturday, I don't think any of the Smart Play sets were on sale then. It might just be a May 4th special. There we go. Some secret make and takes at the Lego store. And then I should be able to pull it up in a new tab. YouTube community, and it's the newest thing. Yes, also, which Star Wars May 4th make and take is your favorite? I don't think I can vote here because I'm not signed in. If I could, it'd probably be the Razor Crest. It probably would be. I can vote! What? You don't have to log in to vote. Awesome. I'm going to vote now on all my own community polls. Oh, look at that. I'm the tie between the Razor Crest and the Bantha. Let me, can I copy the link? Can I share this? Yes, I can share this. Let me just drop this in chat for anyone on a computer that can open this in a new tab. If you want to go vote on that community post, there you are on the community poll. There you go. And you can tip the scales one way or another. Here are the secret make and takes. So they had one big round tub dedicated to each one of, or dedicated to them all. They had all of these in segments of the tub, kind of like a Builder Mini. Like I say, there were a handful of parts, so I suppose kids were, it seemed designed for kids to take home. It didn't seem designed for them to just stack up all around, although hiding those sets for other kids to find now sounds like a fun idea. But I'm sure it's not for the staff members that will be finding them for weeks to come. Why do I only have one of that angle? Where's the other one? Oh, how can that be? And I didn't take a close image of the entire instructions. Why do I have 2 of you? Why do I have 3 of you? Please be the other side. Yes. Oof. It's taken a while. I don't have a photo because they're kind of straightforward to build. We got the jumpers. We've got some corners around the back. That is a jumper in itself. And 2x3 underneath, 2x3 in grey. Another of those 1x4s. Ouch. That's a problem. Get some jumpers. Where the round jumpers out. Do I have any in here? It's got to be at least 1. Unless I've put them somewhere else. Wait, was that it? There was a grey one in there somewhere. Is that? No, that's not it. Oh. Maybe there's not one in there somewhere. Let's put together what we do have, and then we can worry about the rest. That's the wrong way around. And a 2x3. What else do we need? 2x3. A brick. That's to stand. We should get a brick for all of them to stand on. If I have a clear one. Do I have... Yes, I do have a clear one. Or I have a few clear ones because it's on the front. That doesn't mean it's easy to find. Yes. There we are. Grab some more later. The Star Destroyer, I don't think I've seen this Star Destroyer before. Maybe this is a similar build to an Advent, but the Advent wouldn't have this brick underneath. It would just be the flat Star Destroyer. So potentially a new mini build. And again, these did seem to be make and take. Probably recommended for kids. I feel like this is the sort of thing where it's understandable if a staff member steps in and goes like, oh, sorry, sir, you can't do that. These are meant for kids. And I would step back and be like, oh, cool. Pretty nice. Maybe a tile on top of that Star Destroyer instead of a 1x2. Oh, wait, no, you want the plate because it's got the studs. Oh, I've got a tile. You do want a plate. Trying to look for one hanging around. I don't have one. So that is the Star Destroyer, which is a pretty nice Star Destroyer. Missing a few little pieces. I'll try to find those. That slope on the front is annoying though. I wonder if the Star Destroyer had any of those slopes on the front of it because I've still not potted that out. I still need to get around to doing that. But if that has a load of like 1x2s as well, that's why I need to get around to doing it. Because the amount of slopes, the amount of plates, the amount of tiles, we put so many gold tiles and stuff like that into it as well. And it's been eaten up by this Star Destroyer that's sat in a tub, needs to be parted out ASAP, and is just slowly withering away. Is this the right slope? No, I've got a 1x2 at least from it. But I don't think it uses. I should have searched. Let me put this back. I'll come back and search. See if it does use any, or like the 8080 as well. Did we use any in the row class shuttle? Handy thing about using sites like Brickow, I don't need to think about it too much, and I can actually have a little look at a 2x4 wedge plate with the 2 studs. This one, if it comes in right, it comes in left. At least that's what we're hoping. And 49 sets. Oh, I would have got some. Wait, this is going back some. Is it not bit? Oh, we flipped it. Hey, the UCS N1. I could just pick that up for it then. Nice, cheap and cheerful. Well, there you go. Vader's ship uses some in light bluish grey. And whilst we're here, what about the jumper? A round jumper. Half circle with a stud. What's it called? The stud on top. Hello there, Bevel. Oh, what's that piece called? It's the modified half tile. This with a stud. Tile 1x2. Not a 1x2 jumper, is it? No, I think we searched that at the top. Oh, what's this called with a stud? No related parts popping up. What's a set that uses it? Let's grab, what side do we need? We need the left-hand side from a Vader's ship, please, and a thank you. Perfect. You don't happen to know what the piece is called, do you? What would Lego call it? There's our Star Destroyer. Secret make and take, number 1. What is it called? I don't know. Oh, the Y-Wing's cool. We need a round 1x1 for this one. And a ton of snot. Ton of snot. Yellow and white mainly. And I think that's a grey one in the middle. That's got to be snot. White stud. Yellow white plate. And another yellow of each. And you could army build so many of these to add on a display, to add in some of the mocks, like the Death Star diorama would do really well having some of these around. White studs. There's some white in that. Grey studs as well, so that should cover both hilts. Always get that draw wrong. Always. Never the right one, and the double-sided grey. Oh look, there's another corner. What am I rolling over? There's nothing on the floor. It's so random that the chair will literally find nothing to roll over. There is nothing on the floor that it can hit. Besides my foot. That hurts when I roll into my foot. Welcome back. Glad you ordered Jabba's Sail Barge. It's on back order. Oh, got it with the gift with purchase and 3,000 points. I don't need to calculate that to know that's quite a bit of money back. Nice one. We're going to be cracking our sail barge open on Saturday. So if you want to see that, make sure to hang around for Saturday. That's going to be a good build. That is going to be an amazing build. Ooh. Right. White, and grey. Still need more greys. Just the two. The white is the dome on the end, which I was thinking if there's a better piece. Like there's the new piece. This is a older style build, very simple build as well. And that's probably just light bluish grey, not metallic. Not a bad part to use there. There is the dome with the antenna. That wouldn't be a terrible part to use here. Any trans orange sneaking in? Oh, we got a bit of transparent studs in here. Mainly pink, yellow, and red, but we so happen to have the two orange as well. Don't know if that's lucky or I should get on top of sorting those out. They're meant to be just regular studs. And then cheese slopes and a yellow plate. Cheese slopes and a yellow plate. Oh wait, the yellow plates are probably still out. And that's a white cheese slope and that's definitely a brown, not a black. And a yellow plate. We've seen a lot of X-Wings in Mando. And we've seen the Y-Wing. That's a smart move with the Y-Wing showing up in Andor. We see a lot of repetitive ships showing up. Not only do they not need to re-render another ship, they could scruff it up a little bit. So it's easier for them to work on, but also it's in fans' recent memory. It's in their short-term memory. It hasn't been processed yet. So when it pops up on screen, you know, oh, that's Star Wars. Of course it is. Saw that a couple series ago. Saw that in the last movie. Y-Wings haven't shown up recently. So I feel like they're slowly falling out of fashion for Star Wars. That's a nice model. Would look cool as a Clone Wars one. In white and blue, like a late season Clone Wars model. Ooh. All built on a 1x6. The Y-Wing doesn't stand though. It doesn't stand. And it needs like a dish or something to stand on. Yeah, I've got some 3x3 dishes in grey or black. Black would look more spacey. We could even speckle some white on it. And the Star Destroyer would stand on them. It's getting into Legion or tabletop game territory here. Y-Wing, Star Destroyer. It's the X-Wing, which will be stood the same with a brick. And a 1x6. There's a weird one. 1x6, tan. Any more greys? What's on the back of this one? What's on the back? Why didn't I get an image of the back? What's on the back of this X-Wing? Probably a 1x2 in grey. Oh wait, we don't have those. Oh no. Alright, I can cheese slope it off. The back will have to modify a little bit. Oh yeah, we already have the slopes as well. No, we'll get the slopes. A tan plate is what I was after. This X-Wing seems more styled towards the older fashion of X-Wings. Like the classic Lego sets, or even the classic toys that they would have put out back in 70s, 80s for the X-Wing, as opposed to what we know now. They could come out with, like Star Wars do to the concept art, they could come out with ships that look like this. Look like this in the galaxy. They paint it up. It's just what the pilot wanted. They don't have to explain it. I'm surprised we haven't seen a red-robed Jedi or red-robed Force user. There's not one that I can think, like when I hear red robes, I think of the Kenobi action figure. I'm surprised there isn't a Kenobi-like minifigure that has, or character in Star Wars, not minifigure. We're not just talking Lego. Rebuild the Galaxy could have worked for a red Kenobi. But I'm surprised Star Wars haven't slot a character in, or I'm surprised I haven't noticed it. If they have, On the odd chance. Maybe there was someone with a red robe in Maul. It was so dark that it looked black. Oh, yeah. They could have in Clone Wars, but I don't think that's something they were focused on. It's more of a toy company to slot that sort of thing in. Speaking of, there's been some really good, mainly Black Series. I did see that Black Series have come out with some new KOTOR figures. Some new KOTOR figures. So Star Wars, you know, it's Star Wars. The misconception about Star Wars under Disney, under whoever, is the fact that they ask for these sort of bits of merch and that. Maybe it's a 1x5 underneath. I didn't think of that. Maybe it is a 1x5. Disney don't go around asking, oh, Lego, can you do this? Black Series, can you do this? They're paying to go, oh, Disney, can I do this? And they get told yes, no, maybe. But I don't think Lego are asking for the right things. Like a KOTOR ship, I think would sell pretty well out of Lego. It's for an audience that they don't cater to, with the older fans, the legend style content. We don't see a lot of it in Lego. Oh, that should be a 4. Or a grey 1x1 at the back. But I think a 4 would hold that all in place a bit better. Imagine an Ebon Hawk with some of the characters the Black Series have been doing. Of course, they'd have to include Revan as well. That's minimum. They can't do KOTOR and not include Revan. I think every other character they could get away with not doing, but Revan. It's almost like doing a Darth Vader tie and not including Darth Vader. That would be crazy not to include Darth Vader. Don't think it would impact how well it sold too much. Maybe with the like the gifts, it would be gifted less because it didn't come with Darth Vader. Or maybe it'd be gifted with Vader. Oh, look at that. See, look how cool that X-Wing looks. We need some just simple coloured X-Wing, or maybe a rainbow X-Wing would work. Maybe that would look good. And then finally, last but not least, we got a TIE Fighter. So the X-Wing goes up against the Star Destroyer, does it? And the Y-Wing... No, X-Wing TIE Fighter. That has to be. The Y-Wing, good luck against the Star Destroyer. Oh, gonna need all the luck it can get. That's got to be a multi... Actually, I don't think that is a multi-angled snot brick. I think that's a neck bracket on top. That looks like a grey neck bracket because of how low it's hanging underneath. But we could use a multi-angle snot brick. It might look a little bit cleaner. And then we could also fit a little dish or a little tile or something on the back to round it off, which it should look like. I don't even know if a tile looks better than a stud. I think we've got... No, we don't have studs, do we? We might have some studs. I think studs look better because they round off. They round off as they come out. Also, dark grey one on the top and then a light grey one on the back. And then a transparent brown or black on the front, if I have any of those. Maybe it doesn't exist in a stud. Maybe that's why they've gone with what they've gone for. So in which case I'll use a clear one on the front and then black sides. I don't know why there were 2 lots of that. 2 red studs on top of 1 black studs separately piled up. I've used that for a build and not parted that out. No chance that just happens in the same tub. Dark blue square on the back then. And then 2x2 hurrah. Come back to the other. 1, 2, 3. There's another 4. There is another 2 of these in black and a a blue. I like that. A blue circle 2x2. That is paying homage to the classic TIE Fighter as well. So now I know this has been done on purpose for these builds. Can make a board game out of these. Yes. Then 4 of these in black. And again, simple parts. You could amass armies of this. If you're amassing armies, I'd also recommend building some of the... There was another make and take. There was a make and take that came with... No, it was... Well, it was a make and take, but it wasn't like a make and take. It was the UCS Death Star event. If you go in... I think you had to book it, and I think it was to buy the Death Star. I don't know if you got the option to turn it down. I mean, I'd see it being a bit awkward in store, but I don't think anyone... Well, they can't force you to buy it. I don't think anyone would. But you got to build a little section of the trench run. It was a midnight opening at most LEGO stores, so I suppose if you're not planning on buying it, you're probably not there to build a little bit of the trench run. And it came with 2 TIE Fighters and Luke's X-Wing. We built Vader's TIE, we built it into a hallway, put it in a TV box to relive classic moments. But those TIE Fighters would be easier to amass, and they'd look good with these dotted in between. There's the classic TIE Fighter. I'll give you a close-up of all 9, 10. We're including Mando and Grogu separately here. All 10 make and takes in just a second. Yeah, I'll deal with most of these in a second. Couple of seconds to pop these back out. But that is everything built for today. Before we go, let's take a look at every single May 4th make and take for 2026. Can't believe May 4th. I am missing May 4th. It was only yesterday. First off, we've got the Razor Crest from Smith Toys Superstores in the UK. Had to modify it to get it a bit more accurate, but it was pretty nice. Pretty decent size for a build. Very decent size for a build. One of the biggest of the lot here, including the Mandalorian. If only it had a ramp at the back. Maybe swap this slope out for a bar element and add some clips on it. I think that would have done a world of wonder. Over in the Entertainer, we had this land speeder. Nope. What was it? Entertainer was the Bantha. Over in WH Smith, we had this land speeder with Toys R Us, and it is missing a driver. That grey is really obvious on the inside, but the speeder all around is pretty cool. Nice detail on the side. I quite like this one. It's almost minifigure scale as well. That has it going for it. I've put back the other speeders, but it's almost minifigure scale. So if you're into minifigure scale ships, maybe give that speeder a try. Make it a little wider. And you've got it. Make it a little wider. And I think the speeder is minifigure scale. You don't need to modify the engines at all. Third up. Trying to remember which one this one's from. This is the official LEGO Make and Take. This N1 Starfighter, which did need a bit of improving. We recolored it and added a little bit of yellow, as we see on the screen, which LEGO seem to forget, even with their UCS set. It's missing a lot of that yellow. And it brings out a little bit of colour. This looks better than just a plain grey model, though it would look better if it was grey and yellow. I love the Naboo Starfighter. That looks so cool. We've also got, this is the Entertainer one, the Bantha. And again, some recolors, an extra long tail just at the back, and a cape for our Tusken Raider, which is compulsory at this point. No option, no chance to have it without. I really like this build. I'm going to keep this one built. I really like the way the Bantha looks. I wish the dewback was a make and take. Same for the Blurg, for the UCS Razor Crest. We got... What did we just... Oh no, we haven't got the Mudhorn. Same for the Mudhorn, that would be a good make and take. This is part of a Barnes & Noble exclusive, so we didn't get this one in the UK. But this is the Mandalorian, which is a really nice build. Comes with part of a display, but it looks like a minifigure from Miniland without it, so I quite like this. Definitely reminds me of Lego Store. Gives me Lego Store vibes and would go very well. This figure would go perfectly with a new UCS N1 because it's probably to about the same scale. It's like 3 times the height of a minifigure almost. Where did our Mando go? Forgot to put him back in the hat. 1, 2 and a third. 2 1/3 times the size of the minifigure. I think the UCS set is at least 3 times bigger. Oh, lost the back of the helmet. That one grill that we didn't like is going to be falling off. Falling off again very, very soon. Technically part of the same make and take, but we built it separately. So this is our 6th build. Is Grogu from the set. Needed cheese slopes for those arms. Those teeth weren't... The teeth used for the ears are just too long for the arms. This looks cuter, and we added the shield as well on the front, which we could have decaled, but same reason as the eyes. Doesn't need that printing. Not for a make and take. And then the 4 secret make and takes from the Lego store that no one really knows about. We got the mini Star Destroyer, which is definitely Advent adjacent. If not, it's probably been in an Advent already. We got... Let's stick with the Empire first. We got the classic TIE Fighter with a blue on it, which I'd love to see another Lego set of, because it'd make it different from the same TIE Fighter we get every year. Something, a little colour change in there. Same with the X-Wing. This X-Wing, this colour palette would be really nice to see on a newer X-Wing, especially next year, 50 years of A New Hope. They can revisit some classic themes. They can give us a CMF with a red Kenobi in, even though that's more of a Hasbro figure, but Lego have got every other Hasbro license. And finally, build number 10, this little Y-Wing, which was the final Lego store. I mean, 5 of these were Lego store make and takes, and the other 5, well, the other 4 were found elsewhere. So pretty good, pretty successful May 4th this year. Hopefully you had fun as much as I did building these. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to say 9 because we don't... Mando and Grogu, technically different builds, but we got 9 make and takes, 10 builds done in just under 3 hours. You could probably do this in like an hour if you had all the parts in bags from the Lego store. But that is all the time we've got for today. Stay tuned. On Thursday, we will be building Star Wars vehicles, some really cool Star Wars vehicles to come. I'll set that up, probably set that stream up either tonight or tomorrow morning. And then we start on Saturday. There might be a stream on Friday as well. Nice chill, maybe a painting stream as we're streaming Saturday. And then Saturday we're building the sail barge. We're cracking it open. You're not going to want to miss out. I think we try and run it. Oh, we can't do it next Saturday. We try and run it weekly, depending on how much we get built. I do want to try and finish it in May, but I'm not going to rush it. If we're building in June, we're building in June. It's a UCS set. It's going to take us forever. I think the slave one we built in... I want to say we built in 2 days. We went live and went live the next day, but that was back when we were streaming like 6, 7, 8 hours. So we're not going to be doing that this year. I like our 3-hour hangout. So I will see all of you on Thursday, and those of you that can't make it, I'll see you on Saturday for the UCS set. Can't miss that out. Until then, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing rest of the Revenge of the 5th and the 6th and the 7th. I can't remember any of the names. And until next time, may the bricks be with you.